All right, hello and good afternoon, everybody, to the High School GG City of STEM final day here of the tournament. My name is Kyler Tando, and joining me on desk as this man looking so fly, super cool, is of course the one and only Ravishing Ravish himself. Some would say the most ravishing man on the internet.
Some would indeed say that, K-Ted. Some of them would not be me, but I would never. I'm far too humble to be able to admit that for myself. But thank you for saying that, man. I appreciate y'all, and thank you for having me on, man. It is an honor and a pleasure to be beside you as always, my brother.
Yeah, it is always gonna. I mean, it's always gonna be a fun time when we're on the mic and when we're just hanging out riffing. And today we get to watch some incredible Valorant. Now, for those of you who are just joining us on this stream and for figuring out what is this, what is going on, well, let me tell you. So this is a stream that has been brought to you by Carrot and High School GG to showcase some of these high schools in the LA area who competed in a 2-day tournament. So obviously today we are only looking at the winners finals, the losers finals, and then the grand finals later on today at about 2 p.m. Pacific. But this all comes after a culmination of, I believe it was something like 20 something teams that played out, duked it out in yesterday's qualifying matches in this double elimination bracket tournament. And now we are here. And Ravi, I think you're going to like these names. So on the one side, we've got the New York Puppies. Yeah.
Okay, all right,
Okay,
I'm
okay,
with you.
okay.
I like New York. I like pizza. I like puppies. All right, all three. I'm
Yeah.
with it.
Nothing to not like, right? And then on the other side, how's this one? So you got puppies on the one hand, and then you've
Oh,
got some good neighbors on the other side,
oh,
where their name is Good Neighbor
wow.
Gaming. How's that? How's that for
Well,
starters?
well, hey, hi, diddly ho, neighbor. No, I can't wait to hear about that. A whole bunch of Netherlanders coming out of here, man. It's like both just upstanding, right start human beings that I cannot wait to see play some Valorant here, K10. I bet you know what they were shooting each other, bro. They just let each other win their rounds, and it's a tie. It's just that easy.
This just the endless overtime since nobody really wants to end the game so much. Is that what we're expecting, Ravi? Like a 26 to 26 round one.
I remember I've actually casted what was something like that before, bro. We went to a 22 to 20 one time for a game that I casted. It was painful by the end of it, but we're not here to talk about me, bro. We're here to talk about these teams here, Dad.
Oh yeah, I mean definitely. I mean, and here's the cool thing: because this is
What's
High
up?
School GG, because this is Carrot, because this is City of STEM, Downey Unified District, all of these great names that if you're new to the channel, you might not be familiar with. But obviously, if you've been around a little bit, you've heard some of these guys before, and because of that, we actually have a little bit of a treat where we get to see some of the competitors that are competing today. And I mean, we'll throw it over to production to kick it up and put up on the screen one of the teams at least to see who we got, and I've been told it's the New York Puppies. And look at them right there on your screen, Ravi. The puppies themselves on screen in all of their glory. We've got Aaron Couch, who Jeremiah Stiza Obiakora. I hope I'm saying that right. Jeremiah Swifty Deleng. Juan Carlos, how's this one? Juan Carlos Brandon Wang Garibe. The guy wanted to be Brandon Wang so badly, he made it his name. And then lastly, Toran Pepiger Agorcino. I hope I said all of those names right. I mean, what a roster there, the puppies.
These guys all look exhausted. If we're being honest, like they look so tired, but like I respect the hustle they put in to take these selfies and submit them. Good for them, bro. I hope they've been able to like wash their face, wake up a little bit, and like get ready to play some Valorant. Because if this is the state they're in, bro, man, good luck to y'all.
I'm liking some of like the high school pics. Like, you know what I mean, like I'm liking some of the pictures we're seeing where it's like somebody like it looks like they took it from the yearbook, and they're just like, yes,
Yeah.
this is the picture I want to use. But you know what? With that said, Ravi, why don't you take it away? And how about you introduce the other guys in the good old, I mean, the friendly neighborhood, good neighbor gaming? How about that?
Well,
As
yeah, I mean, You know, my Hangul is personally pretty rough so far. I just started learning, and aside from my learning my kanji uh and my katakana, so thank you for translating that for me. I don't think I could have remembered that personally for myself. But shout out to my man, bro, for making sure that you got Oya 14 times. You got that name. You deserve it, and you earned it. As well as we're about ready to get into game number one here, K10.
Yeah, it looks like we are. But special thank you to both of these schools as they are both actually hailing from Roland High. So a special shout out and a special thank you to them for putting forward two of these, winners bracket finals teams. I mean, really impressive to them. But I believe I'm being told we are ready to get into map number one, Ravi. Here we go. On bind, and the puppies are attacking first.
Indeed, they are, amigo. This is gonna be fun. Look, I'm gonna just be outright and say, Kate, that look, Bind is a boring map. Like, I think this is a consensus that everybody's come to over time. I understand it's one of the safer picks. Like when you're going across the board, looking at Ascent, looking at Haven, right? Like Bind is boring. There are two approaches you can take when the site. It is a two-lane attack. You can either go short or showers on A, or you can go mid or long on B. And if neither of those works, you simply lose the round. That is it. Which is why I find on bind, you have to be able to utilize a lot of fakes, baiting out some initial utility early on in the round too. And flashes are your best friend in this game. And also, if you don't have a raise in your compositions, I don't know what you're doing. It is literally her best map.
I mean, obviously, jumping out of heaven, jumping out of hookah with the blast packs, I think are so much fun to watch as a raise. I gotta agree with you on that, Ravi. That having a raise is fun. We actually seeing fairly different compositions coming up from both sides, actually. And I want to just take a look at this down the line. I don't think we have a single repeat. No, we don't. A rarity here in Valorant, where now there is no doubled agents. There is all 10 unique agents on the map from Good Neighbors and from New York Puppies. But yeah, I mean, does this mean, Ravi, that you like the puppies here coming out, considering that they have a raise?
Okay, so here's what's up right here. Look, if we're looking across the board on both the composition for the side of the puppies, number one right off the bat, one thing you can point out, there's no info agents. There's no sentinels. Where is that? There's no Killjoy, there's no Sova, there's no Cypher. So that's gonna be a bit of a detriment, unfortunately, if you're trying to find any sort of information on site. But one thing I like to bring in now, the Rays, of course, fantastic. Phoenix a lot in the bind. And number three, the Sky. The Sky is such an underutilized agent, which is so good. Plus, it gives you a little bit of healing. The secrets on bind are super effective. And of course, the three flashes are great. On the other end, they also got a breach too. And personally, a breach, I'm a big fan, K-Dad.
Yeah, I definitely am a huge fan. Like you said, of these initiators, these initiation with the flashes, Sky, Breach. You mentioned it already, but let's see how these things play out because as of right now, it is pretty slow up short. So it looks like feelers coming out from the side of the puppies on the red side. Two members back, one member up in short. They're gonna smoke out now, but the stack is heavy. Look at this, Ravi. Four members from the neighbors are on a site. They're here, they're waiting, but the spike is actually rotated over. The question is, can this Killjoy hold? They're gonna clear one. Alarm bot is there, and it looks like instead they're just gonna back away.
Yeah, because you saw too, like all the Killjoy utilities focus up into hookah along with the turret as well. So that already gives away so much information. They're not able to make safe entry onto site. If they perhaps use a Sky Flash first to go and enter in, might have been a little bit better, but it basically goes up bigger. Nice. All right, nice little pick into him. Use the molly to go into hookah. Making the side, but Violin was ready and waiting for him. K-Taz. Spike goes down.
Violin in you just on the outskirts of that molly means that he doesn't get picked and he doesn't get forced out of the angle. So now they're gonna try to retake you, and here we go. They've got it. Lamps is clear. It's a 3 or 4-on-1, sorry, and Super in the back line. I mean, this guy's gonna have to be a Superman if he wants to try and take this one down. 4 defenders up. Knows that there's one. Gets the initial headshot. All right. 1v3. What else has he got in the tank?
I mean, it's one more?
Okay, he's got two. Yeah, looking at it here, Super running out of time though. Does need to get up onto site. The last two members, they've got to know he's coming up. Picks up the sheriff, but gets picked off in the gun swap. Couch with the last kill.
A dangerous call, but one I respect by the end of it because he thought that maybe he could get one more at least, right? Make it a bit more expensive, but side of the puppies. But as of right now, still a good play. And Super coming out near the end, though. 3 clean picks for him almost. I like what I saw the K10. It was good control play, but I'm looking to set up yet again here, right? We gotta be able to look at what the attackers want to bring out, considering they went down on A next time. They try to go for a bit of a fake, but now Spike is still centered on A. Likely looking to push Showers first, along with the Sky, but they're all down short, waiting.
Yeah, I mean, so far, looking at that, look at this fan too. I mean, you're talking about 2 members short, putting the pressure down. They're slowly putting their feelers up, but it's a straight default play from the backside. That Dart will notice, will spot out Sitza, and that means that he's going to be trapped for now. Flash out, no other pushes, but they did buy. Keep in mind, the economy for the offense, for the puppies here, looking strong. They've got some guns in the tank, but overall, everybody still just playing it slow. But look at the rotation over, Ravi. 4 members now ready to take this B hookah. They're not even willing to look as long. They just want to roll right into the site, and Supa has to make a play, pops the bot.
I have to hold my breath for a second. Gets caught up, a good molly, but now they can all move into gets the initial shots down. The right click is good, but Swift Age is better at this point. And you take ones down, but now they have to hold the line to your Kate's head as the immediately all enter onto the site. One after another, C4 packs in. So we're talking about Spike go down, but they need to clear out the site first. So going back to elbow, looking to peek in. Shots could be good. There we go. One goes up and one goes down. After
one goes. Yeah, one goes down, but critically that spike is taken, and those 2 defenders in the backline get picked off. It's only, in the backline, but he got a Spectre. Look at that. He's got an SMG, Ravi. He's ready for this play. 2-on-1, 14 health in a dream. Can he do it?
Maybe. Just a little wall bang. 14 health, like you mentioned, has to reload, but he's so far off the nose location. He has to either go for initial fake, but has no util on him, K-Dad. I don't know if he can do this. Peeks out, smoke dissipates. It's so close. He's not checking the corner. He gets one more. He gets one more. Oh, yeah.
You can say that again, and you can say that 7 or 8 or 9. I don't even know how many more times. The huge clutch coming out from, oh yeah, baby, in the back line of that one. He picks them all off, gets the Spectre back. And this is huge because not only that for GNG, good neighbors, they pick up the round win, the clutch in the eco round. They were supposed to lose that. Puppies had the advantage, Puppies had the guns, and now this should be a round 3 that just goes purely in favor of the neighbors just because look at the guns, look at the money. They've got all the money in the world.
Yes, sir. The neighbors cannot slap the Puppies with their wallets at this point. Is what we're looking at. So it'll come to the utility. We see one ultimate is already online though. For the side of the Puppies, they're looking to move in yet again onto short. Not as much of the default play that we've seen before from them either. 3 almost coming down, so I make that 2 started coming down into Showers though. They will pick up the alt orb and slowly over the short. B side's completely open. But look at all the Astra util along with the Killjoy holding it down. They see them there, K-10.
Yeah, they see one. I don't know how many they saw though. If they just saw the Rays or if they saw a few of the other attackers there. They are stacked up pretty heavily in this short area. So now push comes through, flashes, blinds, but look at that. The neighbors are there in force. 4 members there. They're just picking them off, right? With these long-range big boy guns that they've got in the tank. And that means so far they're just going to back up. Blast pack goes forward. Swifty actually gets a kill onto Slimebot. That's a huge gun for them, as now it gives them a Spectre. But 2 versus 4, what else can they do? The heal coming out from the Sage. They're just going to push around. Here comes the flank from, oh yeah, he got 3. Does fall. And that means it's a 1-on-3 scenario.
Unfortunately, with that, it will end into a 3-on-no-one scenario. They're all cupped down in short to just pencil one after another, and we said it, right? They had the gun advantage, they had the man advantage, going across the board. And considering they were entering in with almost no flashes, no cover, there's all no smoke setup either for them. Maybe just a Phoenix, maybe just one Phoenix along with one Sky coming in through Showers in short. It just was not enough to give them just to give them the control they needed to be able to at least make it into hookah here, K-Tan. And now, looking at it yet again, we'll see what the attackers decide to do. The still same default setup.
Yeah, slowly pulling out. But one thing I am noticing here, and the trend with the Puppies, at least it feels like, is they're willing to poke out, they're willing to prod out for information. But then you'll notice they're gonna rotate back around to the team and 5-man hit a site. So I'm curious to see how they play it right now, because as we're seeing, they're slowly taking information, right? They're playing this slight pseudo default setup, assuming that a lot of defenders are gonna be on A. But I don't think they know that there is 2 on B. Okay, alarm bot and turret goes up. It's the same setup from the Killjoy every round to put alarm bot and the 2 grenades in that hookah position. But yeah, has something to say about that.
I liked that. That was clean. That was easy. And immediate headshot flick down right through his dome, though. But now the question comes here. They're moving it out at the A site. They get spotted up by the turret. They're 2 people strong. I'm worried about them being flanked because you can see the possibility. You can see the possible rotations coming out off the side of A as well. But they're still holding it down there. Brandon Wang could be possibly looking for it. My man, who changed his name from one name to another, has to hold strong at this point because he has to wait for the rotations to come in and he knows they want to go on to A. At 20 seconds left, they did establish some shallow control.
Well, here we go. There goes the cabbages as they're out and about looking for these defenders. So far, smokes go through, and so far, the puppies actually have taken control of the A site for now. They haven't cleared it, though. There's the jet up on top of the truck, but he's gonna get dropped. And that means 3 on 4, but Sky very low. A shock dart will do it. Slimebot pushes through, gets the flick. Are you kidding me? Swifty goes down. Here's the flash. Slimebot out of bullets. Tries to switch to the pistol, but doesn't get it. And that means Caesar will fall as well. The neighbors are firmly doing the neighborhood watch because they keep this site on lock. 3-1.
This is bro. This is some kind of Dage neighborhood watch, bro. I don't remember these guys being. I don't remember these guys being so aggressive back when I was chilling on my neighborhood, fam. But like, I like that they shoot themselves up at least be able to hold down their sites, establishing their authorities. Shout out to them. But now, it's already 3-1. They're playing really well. A lot of these flashes, but it's still on the defense. I'm really looking at the puppies to be able to rack up the points at least to win the switch over. Because I find where the teams a lot at this level are a lot comfortable holding down sites. Like I said, the composition is actually made for it. It's really gonna be on the attack where the skills are tested. It's a 5-man push down short. B.
Yeah, short B, hookah, placed by many names, but look at this, the setup has changed. Alarm bot is gone, but instead they use the Astra utility a little bit. So only just the 1 crowd grenade there, and the nano swarm, just watching it. As so far they're gonna push, but the puppies are really just looking to see if they can make this one costly, I think, for the side of the neighbors, because look at what they've got. They've got some sheriffs, they've got some utility. That's really all they're trying to do. If they can get a single pick, they'll be happy.
That's Spike.
Oh no, Stupa's got something to say about that.
Really, the spike is not under control anymore, K10. With that being down, the neighbors cannot exert all kinds of pressure all over the puppies. They have to whimper and die inside hookah. Super gets the 4K by the end of it, and what a beautifully set up play because they're holding out one down into garden. The Astra well sucks 2 in from that as well. Immediately the double trays, Super really coming out as the hero on top of that. Because if he doesn't get those picks, Spike can be able to move it onto the site, and they're not able to hold it down. But the neighbors are looking really, really good so far. Let's pay attention to a couple of main edge ultimates coming up as well. Super, as we saw before, has a lockdown, Rolling Thunder as well being able to use in response, and we'll also pay attention to Soha because if they get the pick, dude, that's the Hunter's Fury.
Hunter's Fury would be great to kind of lock down an area, make sure that nobody else is getting through or that they cannot get that bomb plant down. Information being spread out. But yeah, I like what you talk about here, Ravi, with the ultimate ability and the ult economy, because although you talk about the neighbors having some, if we looked at it from the side of the puppies, they've got 4 out of 5 ults ready. The only thing they don't have is the cabbages that they used in the previous round, but they've got a resurrection. They've got Omen. Oh yeah. Gets one,
no
trade. There's now all right, another trade onto the B site, so it ends up being a 2-on-2, but they are split. And here comes that res I was talking about. Ooh, almost gets him with the shot dart.
They're doing okay, but not because those trades that happen. B sides left completely open, and they see that the puppies are quite smart. They know their way home at least from now, so they move on over onto B with nobody being the killjoy. All the utils gone as well. but the slow rotating over. I want you to be a bit faster. Balin will be there in time, be able to respond as he peeks down. Hook should be able to see them. They will be
30
stuck
seconds
on
left.
site. Two more people already there. It's very doable for both sides. It just matters about the initial picks as they enter in.
Yeah, enter in, but now with that clearing, the way that they cleared, it does give the idea and the information that there is the B. This is the site. This is where they want to take. Now the question becomes, how does these defenders from the neighbors want to play this? So far, they're going to play it slow. Ult for information from the Omen immediately just pops them back. So Soha doesn't really get him a whole lot of information, rather, out of that. They instead see the wolf, but oh! Brandon Wang with the hold. He wins his duel. What else can he get? Is VLAN just going to prevent them from leaving? Is the question. I don't think they know that he's getting out of this, so he's gonna just play it slow. Swings out. This is a commitment, Ravi. Look at this. Oh, never mind. And they all get to escape with their lives now.
Yeah, if it was a commitment to dying on site, then man, then he played the part perfectly. It was it was the unfortunate happenstance that as soon as he tried to get out, he was not prepared for the duel, right? And like you mentioned, that round could have easily gone either way though, but the neighbors needed to win those duels and to get on the site. It's a really good use of the Omen ult as well. But spot him out, giving all that information, really well done by the puppies to get a second round on the board for themselves. Yeah, going back to what we're looking at. Look out for the showstopper along with the running back. They can easily be used to pop in and open up the sights for the puppies.
Yeah, looking at that too. That initial pick going really well from the defense. Neighbors aggressively swing out. They lose one. And now, like you're talking about, the run it back getting used now. They're going to run up mid. Slimebot forced to run because bathroom control has been conceded. There goes the paint shells. And so far, it's just going to push him out. But outside of that, Slimebot still alive, still on site, has the Rolling Thunder. But here comes the plant.
You get shallow control as they go one after another, but they're able to get two. One traded at least, so it's 2 for 1 so far, but it's not the plan for only for so long though. The wall goes up, the both couch and the Rays able to establish actually pretty decent control on site. Half of it is there, but no U-Haul is not. There's a lot to be able to respond. But Super will be able to force them out in a 1v4, 1v3 almost, but no.
Yeah, Super. I like the usage of the lockdown, but I wish he had used it a few seconds earlier to keep his Sova alive. Soha was so lit, he couldn't afford to get into a straight-up one-on-one. I mean, outside of just expecting him to win the headshot dual gun trade, not something you want to put your teammate into a position for. The late call on the utility means that the late retake is not able to be successful. But I mean, yeah, overall, talking about that round, Slimebot, I mean, the guy gets my credit as, you know, the man with gusto on that one because gets a kill with the concussion, has to eat like 2 or 3 other utilities and blinds, and still manages to get a trade. Like, I think, what more can you ask for from your breach, right? At that point.
To get killed, that's what you can ask for. What?
Oh, I see you have very high standards, Ravish. You know, remind me not to be on a competitive team with you because it seems like you've got. Oh, wait a minute.
I was about to say, fam, it's like, yo, if you want to be on a competitive team with me, that's what I'm gonna do, bro. I'm not playing on site. I'm flanking forever. As just like Swifty is it's blown up with the gravity well on the end, but it's so with a nice combination takes down 2, and this neighbors right away picking it right back up. 5v2 at this point. This run is all that. Oh, woo! Nice shot.
You know, I'm realizing, Ravi, as this game goes on,
What's that?
That hookah area, that's like the bad part of town, right? The neighbors, that's like you know, that's like the part of the city you don't want to walk through because there's just death traps and all these other things that are really just out to get you. As Soha through the box. That's. The man has a family, you know. I don't think, you know, give him a chance.
That was tough. That was definitely tough. Considering flashed out, moved in, they had all the information on him, and the easy wall bang comes through. I'd like you to mention him. Now, as someone who lives in the bad part of town, bro, I understand whenever they go into hookah, you know, like the puppies know that they can't bring their wallets or cell phones, or it'll be taken out right from under their feet. But it looks like they've learned, and they're taking their wallet and they're going on their nightly walk elsewhere, and that being down at A short.
A short. Yep, they're gonna take their business to another side of town. And I like this because their success has been on the A site so far. The rounds that they've won really were because they were able to lock down and secure the A site. Let's see if they're able to do this now as the blind from the Omen comes out. Showstopper's gonna go wide, but he gets picked off mid-air, trying to do the fancy Reddit play, but gets taken down. Now pushing out of bathroom and the showers means that they won't get another one. 3 on 4. The neighbors are there, but look at this flank from Supa. I don't think any of them realize it. They're gonna clear you. But Supa is a dangerous man. Sees 1, sees 2, gets the spray transfer, gets the 3rd! Supa picks them all off, and that means they get to take round number 9.
Super duper cool. That's what that was, bro. The spray transfer was clean from one to another, and they just were not ready for it, right, man? Neighbors have been playing these flying positions so well, and now that they're already at a 6-3 lead, being able to maintain this 3-round lead, essentially, the Poppies need to be able to get something back in their favor. They've been on broken bars as of right now, and they do not get this round. Right? They'll be on the save on the next, only extending the lead. So I desperately need them to possibly pick it back up. But look at the ultimate coming by the side of neighbors, bro. They have almost everything up. I want you to lockdown use early on to stop them from entering it onto a site. Let's look down towards B. They're going back to back towards. They're going back to the bad part town, Kate.
I gotta wonder about this. I mean, maybe just toss the boom like a blast pack at it, and then you can sweep the streets, so to speak. But instead, they're gonna blow the blind, and again, yep, utility burned from the side of the neighbors. Actually, look at this. The shock dart through the TP. That's 2. They got that twice. Soha was able to do that 2 times in a row. They're gonna heal up from the sky. But Swifty, Swifty, smooth. He's a smooth criminal. He's gonna get that, and he's just gonna Michael Jackson walk it out. He's gonna moonwalk himself out of that one because he knows that was dirty.
No one's watching showers. Why is nobody watching showers? Why is my man left out in the open with his drone R2? But they get a free pick because of that too. But now Supa is now left up to him to hold his sight down by him. Balance there for a little bit more support. They get the crossfire now. Get out one more. Wins the trade. Thank you, Supa, for doing it there at the end. Now just one person left. And Spike down B long. The Poppies are not left yet again in the exact situation they were a couple rounds ago.
Yeah, they're once again find themselves stuck. Ultimates not being really used. And now Swifty, I think, just wants to try and get control of his bomb back, but I don't think that's quite gonna happen, Ravi.
No,
it doesn't seem like that is going to be the solution, as he does just get picked off in the end. Yikes! As now the Puppies, I think, are struggling a little bit to find their traction. I think this is gonna have to be another eco round, which means we're potentially looking at an 8-3 going in, and I mean, at best, you're looking at an 8-4 right into the last round of the half, and that's a scary proposition to think about if you're the Puppies.
Well, I think 8-4 isn't necessarily too bad of a half. If they can possibly pick up the next 2 pistols, I think the real prowess of the neighbors will definitely be tested when they go out of the attack. Because I find, especially on bind, most teams are very comfortable on defense. But once it's over to the other side is when we see the true displays of talent between these two. Is Breach already used the aftershock right at the beginning to clear out one site. Now they're getting control. They're moving. They're looking down the A. I'll be moving to U-Haul, and here comes Seekers.
Yeah, there we go. They're looking for it. I got a question. Using an ultimate on your off or your eco round, but instead, here we go. Hunter's Fury comes out, looking to pop onto Steeza. He will go down, and that means Soha gets a lot of value out of that ultimate here. The Wolves coming out, looking for more of that information gathering, as Soha now drops the bot up. Remember, that wall is broken. There is no way through it. Here comes the Killjoy ult. The lockdown is there, but Supa will get dropped at the end of that. They're just trading back and forth, vying for control over it. Instead, that recon dart should tell them some information that, hey, they've managed to push them off into short. And actually, with the breach stun, the concussed. Oh, pros don't think. Pros don't think. He gave it up. They gave up the angle. And that means, oh, they get the defuse. Neighbors, they almost lost that.
And that was exactly the kind of lockdown I wanted to see used a couple of rounds before K-Tan to force them off a site. And although the Hunters really couldn't stop the plan from coming in, at least, when you're in a 3v3, 3v2 situation like that, there should always be one person defusing. So good on them for being able to get that off as well, get it to half at least by the end of it. And also, right there by the end too, one main thing, they protected my man with his body. So I was clean and clutch. Now it's up to the Poppies to possibly bring it on back. 8 to 4 half would be very ideal. They do have the res available in front of them, which could be very clutch.
Yeah, resurrection on the table as well as the omen ult from the shadows. They could use it to get information. They desperately need to, I think, find their openings because right now they haven't been able to get onto a site clean without dropping anyone just yet, or even getting those trades. So far, just waiting to push out. But look at this! The push from Soha is going unpunished again. Neighbors continuously are being allowed to push out, and oh, that's bad. That's Spike. And they've got people in the area already. Uh-oh.
So how's everybody
So
waiting?
can flank.
One! They're just all dead! One after another. The breach was there too with an aggressive breach down from U-Haul. And considering they're able to get them immediately, they just stuffed the back on the side and swiftly left alone yet again. My man's wondering, bro, yo, fam, I was chilling. What is y'all doing, bro? What's going on over there? Like y'all didn't need me. Nah, fam, we needed you. Bye-bye.
They definitely needed the assistance there, Swifty, in a really tough spot. He's been trying to entry, he's been trying to lurk, he's been trying to do a lot of plays to bring his team into it, and just for now, they are unable to call out where the good neighbors were moving from. The movement from the neighbors just seems to be too much for the puppies. And so right now, as we look at it here, right, 9-3 in the halftime, only 4 more wins needed for the good neighbors. I gotta see more from the puppies on defense because offensively, their movements were a little bit weird, a little bit strange, and now we gotta see what can they do on the flip side.
I was saying before as well that I find this will be the true test of the neighbors if they're able to actually perform the exact same on the attack that they did on the defense. But we're going to do progressive skis that immediately taken down. The frenzy is good for one. It's good for one more. Omen's at the back of the site. Oh, yeah, moving in. Catch one with a knife down too. Has to reload, and Swifty gets the trade 2 for 1 so far. But so the Molly spike is down, K-Ted in a 4v3.
Omen's still in smoke. Nobody's noticed that the Omen is here yet. Okay, there we go. Now they noticed him.
Yeah, they found him.
Now they know he's there. All right. Well, neighbors looking like their offense overwhelming the site, overwhelming the angles, taking everybody down. So far, so good. Couch has to find a miracle here. 1 bullet in the clip, not gonna be enough. Swifty, again, the last man standing, has a frenzy and a dream. Paint shells, not gonna get a kill, but instead he finds one. Instead, blast packs over just for movement, but they're gonna just toy with his emotions. Oh, as the headshot does not connect. Swifty almost had that one, but will go down. I mean, well done from the neighbors. I mean, can we talk about that initial play, Ravi? I mean, let's talk about that because it felt like Stiza, he could have just took his hands off the keyboard, and that would have been the same result because that man's had nowhere to go.
Unfortunately not, because you see what the neighbors did was they decided what's popularly known as sneaking onto a site, K-Ted, where you just run in guns blazing, not paying attention to a single thing behind you, and you try to kill as soon as possible. And try to do the exact same thing as well, not on the B side instead. But what's matters is getting those trades not getting picked off. Oh, he's flashed up. There's 3 there, but Couch is dead. He picks it without any sort of support. No one beat with him. Where's the team?
The unfortunate thing about those birds is Swifty does get one, but the birdie, although very useful, I tend to find it ends up hurting your team a lot more too, because sometimes you're just not as accurate with that. As we'll talk about that in a second, Stiza picks up the sheriff, will get dropped, but unfortunately for them, they blinded his own raise with the bird. As soon as Swifty was trying to swing that, it leads to an unfortunate scenario where Couch just gets taken down, and if you're Swifty, I don't think you're happy about that one.
I don't think you are. I think you're sad. I think you're depressed. I think you're molding. A lot of emotions that express just absolute and utter discomfort. And now in 11-3 half, neighbors, they're gonna possibly take us a match point, take us home after the best of one of them. Absolutely playing the hard ass really well with econ advantage too. Guns may not be. It is off the puppies now. Win this back for the spot down 3 long.
3 up long. Wolf does spot a bunch of them, but the rest of them still just hanging out. They're just waiting on site, waiting for the neighbors to see what they do. Shock Dart will get some action, as it looks like instead the paint shells will find more. They can't get out of the slow. There you go. That's good utility usage coming out from the puppies. They find one, and they actually are able to lock down the site. There's another trade. Swifty gets that one. And the Jet in a bit of a weird spot. Oh yeah, actually manages to get out with the spike. He sweeps it. He rakes over it. It's 2v5. I don't think we're gonna see anything else. But if the neighbors can get a plant down, that money is not bad at all for them.
Mm-hmm.
So far, just the creep, the slow creep. They need to check U-Haul though. That's the big question. Swifty finds that one. 3K on the board. And here comes the flank again from Stiza. Oh, is it a knife fight? Please tell me it's a knife fight. No! They pull out the guns! They were ready. The gentleman's agreement, Robbie. It could have happened.
It would have been so good, but unfortunately not. Caught off guard, immediately starts shooting and swinging. Now caught in a 1v4. This is actually quite good for Oya at this point, right? If he's able to save this Phantom, is in a bad situation at all, he at least has the gun going into the next round. But now, at least with the puppies, they save themselves going into the next round. They don't make it so that they're just completely run over at this point. They still have a lot of guns in their hand. Econ still doing A-okay, and they stay alive for a little bit longer.
Yeah, they managed to keep their hopes up for now, but let's take a look at that Econ, because it is starting to wear thin a little bit. They got enough for this round, but they know already. You can feel it. Look at the way they're buying. They're buying light shields. They're buying a stinger of all things. They're trying to make sure that, all right, even if we lose this round, we're still okay for the next one. We need to make sure we can at least try to get back to overtime, as that seems to be the goal. But so far, wall goes up. They're not going to blow through it. Oh, this time they do. But here comes the Owl Drone, looking for the Sage. Do they spot him? They do. And that means he's off in a weird spot. Rolling Thunder goes out. Well, what can he get? He answers nothing. Judgment Day is not upon you. And the rest of them pull back. The spike goes down, and this is a rough spot for the puppies.
Spike is there. They've established some shadow control onto the site, but nothing super concrete yet. It will depend on them being able to hold down U-Haul for as long as they can. But Couch comes into looking at the back. All these smokes that will establish control as well. Aside of the puppies, to get two more showstopper used beautifully. And then locked at 4v3. I'm just going to use all the way at the back of the clear out the side. Or 30 weeks in. Soha gets two from that. But the gun isn't out as of yet. No one out. Locked in a 1v1. If Hager is looking for him, he knows the breach is there. Because the site still has one flash available to him. Just
he thinks he's you.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Oh no. He didn't know. The information wasn't there. The team comm wasn't there. Slimebot killed somebody from bathroom, but it wasn't amongst the chaos of when everything was coming down. It was when the Hunter's Fury came out. It was when, jumped up onto the truck. So they didn't quite know where the last defender was. Of all places, he thinks he's you. He completely calls the wrong angle, and that could cost them the game. It could cost them everything. Now look at, we talked about how they were saving Econ for this next round, and they absolutely need to get it. It was an expensive round win for the neighbors last round out, but oh, look at this. Swifty goes out. Instead, the run it back gets used. They're gonna blind again, but instead the counter blind comes out. They don't quite get both sides, and both the offense and the defense are forced to pull back into Octagon, into Long. There goes the concussion. They're gonna flash one more time. The Pegger gets traded because they're jumping out of hookah. Sky's the last man left. They're gonna spray. Soha gets that one blind. And that means out of all the chaos, it's a 3-on-2. Spike goes down, but Sage is already on site.
Yeah, there's such an easy way to not do any of this, K10. Well, while I
Last
say
player
that Sneeze
standing.
when he gets shot down, it's only not a 2v1 though. Brandon Wake, last one after life, he has the clutches for this team. He has all of his ultimate available, all utility available. Sorry. So with the smoke out too, like yeah, that's great. Smoke out both Garden along with Elbow. He has to shoot out that dart, but now they know he's immediately here. And considering his
Oh,
spike is battered out for Garden, but okay, but just the paranoia, but it does not
oh,
matter. So hard with the
Attackers
4K
win.
neighbors take it home.
yeah. Neighbors take that one at the very end, and that is unfortunate for the puppies. I mean, well done though from the neighbors, doing the across the board. Really well played from them. The rotations, the utility usage, I gotta say, was very much on point for the majority of this series.
I want to make a point before us, especially in the last round too. Here's how you avoid all that long fighting that they have, especially down onto long here. You have a Sky with you, right? Here's what
Okay.
you do. Y'all group up down at the garden. You take 3 with you, put out the Sky Flash, right? Immediate pop to check where they're there, and then you swing together. Like when you're there, when they're both flashed out too, if it's 2v3, if they're likely blind, you're more than likely to win. And that's what it's all about here. But at the end of the day, it's about teamwork, camaraderie, and having some fun. I don't know about you, Keita, but I had a blast.
Yeah, I definitely had a lot of fun with this one. And Ravi, guess what? That's only our first match. We've got 2 more coming. We've got the losers bracket final. So hey, we still have the puppies coming up, but this time they play up against. Hold on, let me check it. It's the puppies versus the Seahawks.
Ooh la la. Are we talking
Yeah,
about the football team, Seahawks, with Marshawn Lynch?
maybe. Who knows? That would be fun, wouldn't it? But no, yeah, it is just a high school team. That they're gonna be another high school team from the LA County. But
Mhm.
we do want to say thank you to the Downey Unified School District because that's actually where all of these guys come from. If you didn't know that already, Robbie, all of them are from the area of Downey. So, Downey, thank you for sponsoring this tournament. Thank you for putting together this event. But overall, yeah, a fun one, round one, going over to the good neighbors. And don't go anywhere, folks, because after this ad break, when we come back, we've got more action coming right at you. It's the City of STEM High School GG Valorant tournament. We'll be right back, folks.
At SteelSeries, we make gaming gear so you can be anything you want, except one thing: ordinary. So why pick on someone your own size? Fight the biggest bad guy you can find. Why score a regular goal? Do something that makes your opponent lose their mind. Why build a boring little house? Create something nobody's seen before. Now that's beautiful. Why waste your ammo on this guy? He's so good at games he just nades himself to death. And why settle for just one trophy? Send us a DM when you win 10. That's the mentality we love at SteelSeries. And that's why we make the gaming gear you need to destroy ordinary. So get in game and go for glory.
We are here at the Columbia Memorial Space Center. Well, the families of the Columbia crew told me the night of the accident that we must carry on their legacy and honor them. And that's exactly what we're doing here at the Columbia Memorial Space Center. We're honoring the legacy of those that have fallen by helping inspire the next generation of explorers through STEAM education, science, technology, engineering, the arts, and mathematics. And having kids coming off the street, having kids being able to do missions, having kids being able to touch space in this environment and be inspired to carry on that legacy of those that have fallen. A site like this will help, those kids and get inspired and know that they can continue to carry themselves on to Mars or to the moon or flying on the Orion capsule one day to an asteroid maybe that can help us, mine an asteroid for minerals and, bring back the benefits of space travel to the planet. So this is the springboard for curiosity and innovation and inspiration right here in Downey, California.
At SteelSeries, we make gaming gear so you can be anything you want, except one thing: ordinary.
when you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back here to the High School GG and Carrot presents the Valorant City of STEM Finals. Now, I know some of you have been wondering, what is City of STEM? What does this mean? Well, don't worry, we're here to tell you that it was created by the Columbia Memorial Space Center, but the City of STEM is actually Los Angeles' largest celebration of all things science, technology, engineering, and math. Hence, that's where the STEM comes from, for those of you who might not have figured that out yet. It takes place in the entire month of April, and it is in its 7th year running now. This is a STEM-themed community event that has about 100 plus of the City of STEM partners, and all of them really just work together to highlight the ongoing importance that STEM has in the Los Angeles area. Now, if you want to learn more about it, feel free to go to https:// or basically just cityofstem.org. Once again, that's cityofstem.org. So for all of you who are wondering, what is this event? What's going on? There you go. That's your information. Ravi, how much do you like STEM?
I'm gonna need you to stop the cap with this whole HTTPS business, bro. I'm gonna need you. Ain't nobody say that. Just say the website. It's so easy.
Hey.
Man.
But you remember the website now, don't you?
Yes, Kate. I remember HTTPS // something, bro. It's that. That's all I got going on right now in my head. HTTPS. Okay, buddy. But yeah, like you said, man, I love me some STEM. I was a student of STEM personally a very, very long time ago. But then I realized that I'm not good at math, so I decided to change my disciplines. But also in a South Asian household, that was a fun competition to have. Like, so I'm not gonna be a doctor, lawyer, engineer. So what are you gonna be? Good question, Mom. But
and you ended up with commentator. That is where we've ended up with yours. But that's okay, Ravi, because hey, we may not be the smartest guys in the room, but hey, we work with some of the smartest guys in the industry. And obviously,
right.
Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. I mean, a lot of that does culminate into the wide world of esports and all of this gaming, producing, the game development side. That's always been a big thing that I know specifically Carrot and High School GG push very heavily. They like to look at the programming and coding and that sciencey technology side of it. And hey, that's what we fall under. But enough of that. With that said, Ravi, let's get into this next matchup, because although we just saw the good neighbors, they have bought their ticket. They've punched their ticket, I should say, to the grand finals. They will be back at around 2 p.m. Pacific time. We now get to watch the losers bracket finals, which means with the puppies getting knocked down, they have a new challenger to face. And those challengers are, as we get to see their faces up on screen real quick, the Rush, or aka the Redondo Union Seahawks, as they are going to be called. So looking at it here, let's just run down the roster real quick. We've got Maximus Mikasa Andrade. We've got Baron Baker,
Creative.
Justin J Snack Pak, Colin CJ Fitzpatrick, and Kalen Konosen. I think, or Konosin Ono. And that are your Seahawks, or as we will be referring to them, as they've requested, the Rush Squadron.
First and foremost, we're already some of the most creative names I've seen so far within the roster that we have, right? Look, we started off strong with Mikasa, right? With that cool I too enjoy Attack on Titan. And then everybody else got, hey, what's my first name and last name?
Why you gotta add them like that, Robbie? Why you gotta
It's
add them like
just that
that?
it's like, bro, it's just simply what it is. But I'm excited to see them come out, but especially against the puppies. You know, we just saw them before. It was a rough start for them, but let's hope they can just shake it off and come back in this one, K-Ted. I'm imagining like after match they're all like, and they're fine. It's
Yep.
it's
Just shake it off, right? That's all you gotta do. You just
Exactly.
Taylor Swift it and you shake it off.
exactly. So I too enjoy the music sound of Taylor Swift. HTTPS.
Well, with that said, Robbie, why don't you reintroduce the puppies then? For anybody that's just joining the stream, why don't we take it away? Take it away, Robbie. You know,
I
who
would
are the
love to,
puppies?
K-Ted. Let's go look at the puppies here yet again. And their full roster coming right back at you in just a couple of seconds. Right? Look, puppies you saw before. We got my man Aaron Couchu. We got Jeremiah Steeza. Oborikara. I'm so sorry, bro. Jeremiah Shifty, DeLuca. We got Juan Carlos, Brandon Wang, Gary Bin. And then we got Torin Pepegar, Orgosino. If I apologize if I mispronounced any of your names before, but like shout out to y'all. I'm assuming you're not as tired that you look at the picture as you are right now. So I'm assuming you guys are all up and awake and alive. Now that we have the two new rosters, we've got everybody all up and in front of us here, K-Tad. Now all that is left is to see the maps and the possible setups that we might see for into Agent Select as we go up to Haven.
Yeah, we're loading into Haven and we are going to be loading into the Agent Select in just a second. As there you go. It's on the screen. We're ready to go. And I am very curious to see if we'll get another 10 agent run back, if it's going to be another 10 unique agents, because that was unique. We don't always see that in Valorant. You very rarely see, I mean, at this level, I feel like what's going on is that you really are allowed to play whatever. You don't have to play the very, very tippity top of the meta. You don't always have to play exact same compositions as we tend to sometimes see in the pro scene and at the highest levels. But looking at this now, I mean, let's take a look at it already. The defensive side of Rush, they've already locked it in. They've got a Cypher, two duelists, a controller in the Omen, and of course that Sova for that information, as we always like to see. The Owl Drone, the Recon Darts, they're just so good.
I personally view Haven as just as the great equalizer between many teams who play Valorant. It's where you truly test the communication, your ability to rotate, and three, being able to anchor down a site. Considering there's so much space between the entire site, but as it comes down to it, right, I'm going to be really looking to Seahawks stepping up on the defense, right? They're going to be the rack up the points, but as of right now, Haven, in my opinion, is actually attacker favored. If you break down the stats, of course, not of course, it leads a bit more, but with the way it's shaped, in my opinion, definitely bolster that. I like the Killjoy pick as off the side of the puppies. I think Killjoy actually adds a lot to being able to hold on sites on Haven. The Reyna pick too is really good. This triple duelist setup from them too. So going for super hard aggression, considering they're on the attack as well. So it's gonna be up to them to be able to rack up as many rounds as they can. Because on the defense, it's gonna calm down a lot to the Omen and Killjoy to be able to anchor down on sites, K-Ted.
Yeah, it is going to be that hold, that sentinel hold. The reason why you pick a sentinel is so that they can hold down and lock down a site. Now, looking at it here, like you mentioned, the Killjoy on the attacking side for the puppies, it is something unique because there is no Sage, there is no Killjoy, there's just the Cypher. So the lockdown is there, but it's not like he has those big, impactful, stop you in your tracks types of abilities like the crowd grenade or like the nano swarm grenades and like that Sage wall. As we do see the hit coming fast and heavy now onto C site from the puppies. 5-man swarm. They've taken control, but can they control the entranceways now is the question. Shock dart already there from Fitz as they're going to push forward in. And so far, defenders are getting dropped. It's this garage push. Dash right on through. Mikasa is there like an attack on Titan. She swings in, but unfortunately goes down. Couch in the back line will pick up 2, but it does not make a difference as it is round 1 over to Rush.
You did not just say like an Attack on Titan. She's there, bro. I know you watched anime before, K-Tad. That's not what happens. It's they swing in to slice the back of Titan's neck, which is what Mikasa did, bro. Shot them in the back and sliced them down as quickly as that. Nah, not gonna let that slide. I'm not gonna let you get away with all this today, K-Tad. Look, you're a great guy, but this cannot stand. But
This absolutely cannot stand. I agree. This is, I will leave the anime references up to you, Ravi. I know you watch way more anime than me. I'm just gonna let that. We're just gonna let that be. It's gonna sit there for a little bit. You know what I mean? Don't leave I hate on me. Oh my
Spike down
god.
mid.
But then that happens, and I don't know what to say. Ravi, give me an anime reference. Give me something, because that was dirty from Mikasa.
like the Scout Corps, she took out her sword and sliced out another, bro. There goes Eren. Goodbye.
Oh, another!
And
Mikasa
another,
up
bro.
two.
It's like she's breaking past the wall, Maria, with the way she's shooting through every single one of them here, K-Dad. And if you want another,
Hold on. You're only allowed one per kill, Ravi. Hold on. Let's slow it down. If he gets another one, you get to do another anime reference. But until that time, for now, we get to watch Mikasa aggressively push out. This man is on a mission to find that 3K, maybe even that ace. As the rest of the squad is slowly pushing out. Okay, that's in the face. She saw one. She saw one long. But will she swing it? Look, there's the Phoenix. He knows. Swings it around. Has the triple click. But what?
Spike down A.
Just gets
She-
dropped.
she could have waited for the fire to subside. She literally stepped into the
30
fire
seconds
and
left.
asked to die. That is no. Just wait, because guess what? Like his Molly will actually go away after at least about 6 seconds. So after that's gone, you can then move in and kill him. But he has 2 health, so it does not matter by the end of it. Rush already coming out with a really strong hold of the defense. This is not what I wanted to see out of the puppies at all here, Kate said. They have a composition built for getting in onto the site. They have so many abilities to be able to take space and control. And from there, it has to come down to the gunplay to be able to hold on in the post plants and their positions. It's not doing that.
Yes. We have been informed that yes, Mikasa is a male. His name is Max. We just like calling, you pick an anime female character's name, we're gonna call you by Mikasa as we see it. But anyways, now the puppies swing out, blinded by his own omen. Shifty is, but look at this. The knives are ready, the shotgun is ready. Can he do it? Finds one on the swing. There's one looking around, finds two. That's a shotgun, but gets taken down by Stiza. Unfortunately, the Attack on Titan references will be shut down for a second as they run it back now from Pepegger. He's going to swing up onto C site, but instead goes back to cover his body. They know that they don't have numbers, but for now, they're just going to reset. And Swifty might look to pull out of this one. Same thing with Pepegger, as they are going to waddle themselves over to a different bomb site.
They did not know the spike was dropped too, because if they did, I imagine Rush would have exerted a lot more pressure over onto B. But considering as right now they're moving over to A on the side of the puppy, so to be able to look at where they're gonna go down, they have to be able to read where the trap wires are probably placed. So they go down long, but there is one that right by the entry, so to not get spotted would be a clutch. As soon as they shoot out, they will be able to read the push and the play for Rush. Already one up down heavy, considering it's
30
smoked off,
seconds left.
but possibly move at firewall in as they're moving on to the site.
Get spotted by the tripwire, so we'll know that they are there. But instead, the rest of the squad now holding up from the heaven side, as they're just going to smoke out and look for those retakes. CJ Fitz does get the recon dart, but doesn't notice anyone. One in short, one in long. They're just holding tight. They don't want to peek. They don't want to test anything just yet. Shock dart goes out, but only clears down the tunnel side. Instead, there's the headshot. Pepegger gets one. Knows that another one's on site, but the omen is there from the smoke. They know Swifty's in the back now. And it looks like they're just going to stick the defuse. He's got a bad ping on the bomb. He doesn't actually know where he is. And that's a defense that gets taken down from the side of Rush.
Like you mentioned, that ultimately just came down to an unfortunate bad ping on the bomb, right, Kate? Had it. If it was just a little bit over to the left, it could have probably resulted in the kill, considering there was one holding down onto heaven. There was no need to even clear him out there. A 3-0 start already coming out from Rush, though. Exactly what we want to see out of the really strong start on the defense. Because shut it down, puppies
They should stop trying.
on the attack too is like it's all resulting in a pretty much of a tough call for them because they're built to attack but rush them down. But Mikasa with the up, we're seeing him pop off with the Marshall, but unfortunately misses the first shot. Can he get the second? Ooh.
Yeah, we'll have to see what else comes out. So far, everyone just pushing forward. They've got that initial pick, which means that B site should be open to them as the Omen is around the side. Instead, they're going to find them, but Kono finds that kill and is able to get out of dodge. He TPs away and evens up the numbers. So 2-on-2, J-Snack finds another pick on the side, as instead they're just going to keep trading it out. 3-on-2 now in favor of the defense. The blind goes out, but they don't actually catch the Cypher. And that means it's another clean round for the Rush.
Can I just say real quick, bro? Ever since that spray was introduced, I remember right at the beginning, I did not know what it was. I kept hearing horns in Valorant, and I'm like, what is happening? I thought I was going insane. But looking past all that, the 4-0 start, plus side of Rush, the really strong horns that they're bringing out, and the gunplay between being able to read what Puppies want to bring out has been a treat to see. But as now Puppies look to push down onto mid, probably as a 3-man, Spice on the outside, a good dart that will get spotted out. So they'll know that at least one dart don't see long. It'll come down to them being able to move it on to side, create space for the team. Flash in, Kono season. Popping caught TP's He's given over. They gotta win this. Yes, they do. Bear, it's through.
Beggar, that's a huge pick. That's a huge play on an eco round, because that means that he now has a weapon. They've got control of the B site with the smoke. They're going to try to get through. The op is up close. He's going to look for something. Needs to get another one. There it is. And there goes the rifle too. Keep that in mind. Now they've all got just tight little pistols that they're looking to control with next. Mikasa gets another. Tries to dash to the back site. Finds that one. Gets picked off by Stiza. And now in the bomb site has to hold one-on-one. But Baron will take him down close, but not enough, as the op does get saved at the end.
It almost gave him like 3 clean 1v1s. If that were to happen, that would have been extremely detrimental. That would have been Russians actually just giving way around that were more than equipped to deal with. But we see my man Mikasa coming at the back, getting 2 picks, and that's just that's just Puppies not paying attention to the sight lines, not seeing what anybody can come outside the back. It was the Phoenix's job to be able to do so, and them not do that, given the easy entry back in, especially on B. Our side is just so open. Now, for the 5-0, the Puppies are stuck in what I like to call a K-Tad as the ping pong economy, where they go from saving to buying and back to saving until they're able to get 2 rounds in a row for themselves, and they need to get out of this.
Yeah, they really do. They need a win. They need to get some guns back in the pocket. But like that, Baron picks up a kill coming out of garage with the run it back. Means that they already lose 1. The rest of the squad, meanwhile, just trying to hold. But Mikasa on the op in the back site knows that nobody else is getting past him at A. And this could be trouble, as actually Swifty is right there. Sees the op, finds it, gets the kill down. Operator gone. And that could be huge, because that is an even out pick. While that was going on, there was another kill in the garage site. So that means 3-on-3 offense needs to pick where they want to hit next. Just kind of hanging out. It's just a quiet time, It's
Exactly. Because let's try to read the push and see what happens. Swifty has both C4, so they could potentially use him to enter onto site one after another. Have the lockdown available, and I believe they're from Shadows as well. No, that's still about 1 away. So you can make a play for the off drop. Nope, they'll double C4 into.
He
don't see him. Don't see him. Baron gets 3 to get by the end of it. Brandon went left. Has a spike in hand. A 2v1. They cannot allow him to plant. If they're able to do so, he has the overall advantage. But also from the shadows, he could probably peek in back into spawn or go all the way over onto the A side, and does exactly that.
10 seconds left.
So much space. It takes 4 to plant, 8 to defuse, and he has planted.
Oh, if he gets up to heaven, this could be huge. Okay. Brandon Wang, Jonak, doesn't see it, but now he knows. knows that the Omen is up. Once smoke goes out, he could just choose to TP out or just hang out up here in heaven. We'll have to see what he does. TP's down and is now on site. But it's Cypher gone, and it's a one-on-one. He knows he can just afford to play time. Pressure onto Kono to clear out all the different angles. Smoke is gone, but Kono's still just waiting. He said he's gonna smoke up onto the side and hide in the pocket of it. Pros don't fake. Blind goes out. Spray comes through, but he already got it to half. Kono running out of time will get the kill, but does not have time for the defuse. And finally, the puppies get on the board.
Clutch play there from Brandon Wang to going over onto A. He knew they was there, and the trade is key. If J Snack wins that too, that's a round completely over. He's able to plant it on site and actually watch out for them coming down and have it. If, see, look, when you're in those 2v1s, you should never give your opponent the 1v1s they need. I said it before, I'll say it again. Play together, cover your angles, and be ready for the trade. It's how you win on such tight sightlines. So he peeks out. Mikasa gets another.
Casa, another opening frag with the op. The opening swing at that. This guy is just playing so aggressively, and it is paying dividends right now as we do see the knives come out. Blade Storm out and available, looking for the flank as the rest of the squad is slowly moving their way up. They're looking like they want to hit B, but the puppies don't have anybody watching the flank. This could be huge. Mikasa knows there's one, waiting for it, lines it up. There's one, looking for who else he can find, finds two, looking for the third, not gonna get it, but the damage is done. Stiza, the last man standing, needs to get something, gets blinded out, somehow stays alive from the shot out of Garage, and now Baron is there waiting. There's another curveball, and that means he gets it, as once again Rush picks up another one. 6-1 on the board.
Clean plays there from the side of Rush, which is exactly what we want to see out of them, right? They've already racked up so many points on the defense of the last 6-1. And it does not allow the puppies to be able to get out of this back and forth they have. And now with the save is all, it could be an easy 7-1 for them. K-10, we could be looking at a probable 10-1, 11-1 happen, which would be so extremely fortunate. So I want to see the puppies play a lot together. I want to see them peaking together. You have the leaders, you have the flashes, you have the grenade. Clear sight lines one at a time. As Mikasa sees the push come, managed to be able to spot out one other person and goes right into the sight lines. Barely off.
Yeah, that was a nasty A site hold. He sees that the Raze has jumped forward, immediately retreats, and picks off that kill. But the rest of the squad is still here. They could overwhelm this if they use their utility right. So far, they're going to clear the darts, but instead the blind shot, knowing that you cannot clear that Cypher cage while they on. What was that shot? Mikasa jumps out of heaven, gets the headshot, the 4K. What is going on?
That was sick. Just one after another. Mikasa goes bada boom, bada bing, bada bang. That's how you make a nice little pasta sauce, K-10. That's all you gotta do, right? It's a little bit of toss-up at the end, add a little parsley and a spice to make your life a little bit brighter. That was clean, just showing the prowess that's coming out on the side of Rush. Gonna make for some very exciting matches. It's clean highlight plays. Mikasa definitely gonna add that to the show reel. And now comes down to Poppies to see how they're gonna separate up. Watch a few right at the beginning to be able to spot them out on the spawn. Tags one, doesn't get the second tag though, but at least CJ has a lot of info as to where they are.
Yeah, finds a little bit of damage, but instead here comes Mikasa in Garage. Will get picked off, knowing that he's playing a little bit too close. The blind comes out. Baron is here. Here comes the run it back. They know he's behind the boxes. Now will get traded out as Stiza picks up that one. This could be potentially good momentum for the puppies. They just have to hold C, but instead the Neuro Theft is out. They're going to find out that all of them are close. As the camera goes out, they're just looking to find information. As the rest of the puppies are going to sit back. They don't have any long-range utility. So for now, they're just going to hold back. But instead, Pepeggers will shoot out the dart. They're just going to slowly establish vision. They know that one's back there, but the Garage hold turns out to be disastrous. Fits. Now, in a 2v1, there goes the paint shells. Needs to swing. Sees one long. Has a feeling the other one is close. Swings it, but gets taken down. Second round on the board for the puppies. and the signs of life, that was a must win for them.
That's what I wanted to see out of it. That's what I've been yelling about for so long to the K10. And you know what? That's unfortunately just a little bit, Mikasa, he peeks at the back, not holding on set line just completely. So if he was maintained on Garage, they probably wouldn't be able to get in either. So it immediately gives me so much control. And giving Garage control on Haven is an absolute no-no for the defenders, because immediately attackers have this complete free reign, right? But peeking it together, layers together, flash together, move together. There's camaraderie and communication. Swifty gets spotted right at the beginning as they look over towards B and Garage again.
Yeah, we see it here, and it looks like they're gonna just keep trying to make this play happen. They're swinging out. They're gonna clear utility now. Fitz finds a kill, actually, but will get traded through in the wall spray, knowing that you cannot get away with that one clean. 4 on 4, but so far, utility and smokes going down onto C site. We'll have to see Mikasa on the flank. They've got another operator here in Swifty. They're watching for it. They know he's taking the orb. Oh no! And that means Mikasa finds that pick. They're gonna try to swing down long, and he gets another. The Pegger in a bad spot, and it's just the Omen. And just like that, they're gonna clean him up. 8-2 on the board. This one is not looking very good for the side of the puppies.
Unfortunado. At the end, the Swifty gets spotted out. The alt orb gives them away, right? And that's opt down too. So that means that long control is completely gifted, in fact, over the Rush. And Mikasa with the clean shots. 18-7 for this dude, bro. And as he ult up yet again, I feel like he ulted 2 rounds ago, K10. I don't know how he keeps doing it. It is just genuinely impressive. Obviously, the puppies responded, though, unfortunately, missed dart. But Mikasa peeks it yet again with another clean flick.
Yeah, I mean, that's gotta feel rough. This is an eco round, keep that in mind. They just want to be able to have rifles in the next one, but Mikasa is just doing a bunch of things. Finally gets taken down just because he misses a bunch of shots. But that could actually spell trouble for the side of Rush if they're able to recover that operator and some of these rifles. They're a little bit scared to push through, but okay, watching for the flank. Fitz looking for something now. Have to see what he finds. Instead, yep, finds Swifty right there. So now the arena knows she's in a weird spot. One defender on her left. Will she push it? That's the question. Couch holds the angle. Does get the kill, actually. And that's a rifle. That is huge. Has the bomb, will travel. Looking like he wants to go towards the plant. Pops the Empress. Knowing that it's a 2v1 and this is a must win. 8-4, not a bad way to end your half, but go any further and you could be in a really bad spot. Run it back gets used as here we go. He's gonna be spotted, and just like that, rough plant spot means that Baron gets to pick it up for free.
And I was almost afraid at the end that Russia was gonna decide to give them, decide to give the Reina the 1v1s back yet again. Sparing some time this time, sparing.
We good.
And we're waiting it out. Use the Molly as well to Baron heal back up and give him the ult orb too. But at least they peaked as one, which is the exact situation to do it in. Good on them, and a close call by Couch as well. But a darn good try, at least, which is what matters. 9-10 for him as well, along with Steeza for the 9-11. Now, they said we're faced with a 10-2 half. And if that happens, that means the next 2 pistols for side of the puppies are crucial for them to win. We'll see what happens.
It really could be. I mean, 10-2, you lose both pistols. You pretty much have to win every single rifle from there on out. And that does not look like a good look. As we see, Hunter's Fury comes out. Fitz just trying to find somebody in short. Will tag up one at the end there, and instead they've got 2 in the corner looking for the shock dart. Will find some damage, finds one, looking for the second. Fitz gets that, now has to swing around. Here comes the showstopper, gonna get taken down finally, but it's Swifty on site. 1v2, as actually they've got the advantage. They could look for the plant. Swifty barely gets out of that there, and now J-Snack knows that he's in a rough one. Has to play smart, knows that the plan is going down just on the other side of this boxes, but instead chooses to hold. Actually, do they think he flanked around? Couch is in the wrong spot, but finally, Swifty with the 4K gets the kill and moves on.
Switching sides.
Well done by Rush to at least get a little bit more control back into the favor, not allowing the game to go up to double digits. But yet again, here Kate said, this is the exact same score line we saw in the previous game. As soon as it's just over onto the half, it'll calm down a lot for the puppies. It'll hold on these sites. And considering the composition is built a lot more for aggression, I want to see the push out with these pistols. I want to see the go face to face, toe to toe with Rush to catch them off guard, but it looks like it'll just be a even default spread for them. And Puppies and the Rush, sorry, looking towards what looks like A's for now.
Yeah, looking like they want to play out a little bit more spread. So far, they are just going to play slow. Pepegger finds one. So, good opening if you are the Puppies. That gives you that man advantage. Mikasa still playing like a madman up the middle. For now, they will be forced to back off. Garage control, very important, like we've previously talked about. Couch gonna hold, sees the jet, just tries to swing out. Spraying blind right now, knows that there's some offensive attackers there. Will start spraying out, but instead has the Omen in the garage way, looking for the help. Gets the heal, finds one. Mikasa on the run, trying to get up and onto C, but instead they will get traded out. Baron, last man standing, 1v3, just trying to get the bomb down for the money. And it looks like, here we go. Has it down, trying to flank around, looks for the play, but not gonna get it. Couch finds that one. 9-4 on the board. The pistol, and a very needed pistol, going over to the Puppies.
And we said it before as well, K-Tab. We were talking about the Puppies need to win these next two, and them getting the first one is a fantastic start because they like to be able to get all specters going into the next, and it just comes down to the gunplay, using the flashes really well. But where it'll definitely change is going into the third after the bonus, right? Because that's where both Rush and Puppies full guns into the favorites. This is where this will be the exact true testament of strength, power, and friendship between all these teams. Because this is an anime.
I see. Are you trying to summon Captain Planet or something here in hope that will save the Puppies, Ravi? Is that what's going on? You know, if the one guy in the back just going heart, as you know, that's what they're rallying around. I mean, I'm for it.
Bro, I don't know about you, bro, man. Forget Captain Planet. He was weird. I want to be a Care Bear. All right.
I mean, yeah, okay. If that will conquer and vanquish your enemies, by all means, let us see how the Care Bear power works. Mikasa, like a madman, goes right in onto Couch, gets a Spectre for himself. Now a 2v1 swing, but Caesar is there. Swifty will get dropped as well down the A corridor, but the defenders are holding around the back. Here comes a swarm grenade, and he's gonna pop it. It's gonna force them back a little bit. Here comes the flash, but Steeza gets that one. Now it's a defensive swarm as Pepegger comes around, and that means they get the second pistol as well. Those Spectres pay dividends, and it's 9-5 on the board.
And it all comes down to Mikasa as he comes in and does the Care Bear stare right to the face. Able to get one, but not able to get any more, unfortunately, because swung around the back. The Spectre was no good. And Steeza will double even through the flash. Able to hold it down. And now, see the Puppy as well. 9-5, catching on up. But this, I said before, so was going to be the true testament of strength here, K-Tad. Of friendship between these two. Camaraderie. It's about the friends we make along the way and guns we pick up due to our economy.
I see the age-old sayings. We're just forgetting about the second half, right, of the saying.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's definitely about the friends. But let's see that Recon Dart will not spot out the Omen, but it does force him off the box. He's gonna have to hop down. Here comes the run it back from Baron. Will flash himself and not able to get that kill. Instead gets counter curveballed and gets immediately tapped by Pepeggers there on the back side. Now offense, they've done a good job at clearing out the defenders while all that was going down. We saw that the Omen lost sight, but now what else can the retake come through with? Here comes the paint shells in the back as they're gonna just try to force them out systematically from the backside. Mikasa in garage. They need to get this, but Swifty already finds one pick. Mikasa gets dropped down to 7 HP, trying to pull back. And so far, the Killjoy manages to stay alive. Now, they don't quite have all the ultimates they would want with this push, but here comes the Recon Darts. Mikasa gets one, but instead gets traded with Swifty. Shifty forced to peel off, and it looks like he's just gonna save the gun, not willing to sacrifice it. He wants to save for that economy, so 10-5 is the look as we head into round 16.
And that was a fantastic hold coming in from the puppies too. So sorry. Let me go and rephrase that. Great attack coming in from the side of Rush. She indicates that as he came in onto the site too. Yeah, we talked about before how important garage control is, and as soon as you're able to take that over, Seaside is there, and the puppies too. They're able to get it. They're able to get a couple back, but unfortunately, it was a bit more of a disjointed play as they get one after another, but just not enough for them to be able to clear all the sight lines, considering most of them actually holding off site. So they needed probably people to see along. They needed one flanker, and possibly the flank might be what they might want to look towards. As you get right now, Rush looking towards garage yet again.
So far, I mean, it has been working for them. They will get spotted out. Nice pick though from Couch onto the top fragger. Mikasa is down. There goes a blind out. They've got the rifle. They're gonna try to use it. Brandon Wang. Not able to get much there, though. As we see it here, the rest of the offense. I mean, it feels like they've been kind of poking and prodding at Garage all game long, right? That's been the play. That's been where the action has been centered around. So now we might actually see a strong hit up, down A. And knowing that that orb was just taken, they might have been able to hear that sound cue. Now the question is, what if they get? Shruti finds one. That's good. That's a good start. If you're on the puppies, you want him to get more. He needs to be able to hold down this A site. Instead, actually blows up the alarm bot of his own Killjoy, so they won't know if anybody walks up long. But just like that, Rush, they say, all right, never mind, we lose one. We'll give you back A. You can have it.
Well, those two technically, because there's if you count above KK,
30
they
seconds
have
left.
1, 2, 3. That's 3 whole ages left on their side, unfortunately, compared to the 4 on the other. But I do see your point. I do agree. Yeah. It will force other rotations, at least for now. The garage still in control, as well for the side of the puppies. But Brandon West looking at the back. If he peeks in now, that he definitely heard the flash coming in as well. And he
10
allowed it to
seconds
pass on through. They needed to plan to do this now. Let's run it back as moving this off onto the side, rushing it as fast as they possibly can. They're being spiked down, but they're defending it with their life, but they don't get to do it. The shots completely miss.
Alrighty. And this is why, ladies and gents, if you're going to rush a site at the very last second, you should probably do it before 10 seconds left, because it forces one of their attackers to force into the plant. CJ Fitz was forced to hold down that 4 button and just pray he could get the bomb down before time ran out, because otherwise they definitely lose that half. And so already at a numbers disadvantage, it puts them in an even worse scenario, to the point where now, slowly but surely, the puppies are getting some rounds on the board just like that. Shrifty gets the pick.
Spike down mid.
Thrifty good for one that takes out the alt as well out of Mikasa's hand. We see how good they can be at the beginning when they're able to actually get the knives on them. Usually converted that into 2 to 3 kills at least. So that is super solid, but still move themselves out of the B site. But now it matters on them with the cover both set lines, peeks out, gets one. Baron! Go for that, at least clears out the A side. Shrifty coming in for the flag. All the way down into the middle as they move themselves slowly onto the grass. 3v3. Not a bad situation at all, but CJ able to find one to know they're near
Wait, look at
spawn.
this flank from the Phoenix. Baron! That man went all the way around spawn. Alright. Now it's a 2-on-1 because they get traded out. Shrifty's on site. Throws the paint shells as just a distraction. Pros don't fake. There goes the molly out. It has to land onto him, but it doesn't matter. He'll burn, he'll die, but he'll take the round.
Molly comes in a bit too late, though he immediately just holds it and clutches it. Kato, I feel like more and more times that we see it, right? People are just thinking at this point, there's no more tapping going on. They know it's a 1v1, and it's going to be all up to them. Just chill. Just stick on it. There was a good flank and a solid attempt coming up from Baron, and they're able to clear out almost 3 there by the end of it, but a bit too slow on the peak. They're going to do a really good job of slowing them down. And now, beside of the puppies too, they have the Empress up along with the lockdown too, so they can easily be used, able to push Rush off site. So I say they let them go in onto 1 and play for the retake.
Oh, here we go. There comes Dash, waiting for the blind. Blind is out, but does not land on Mikasa.
Oh.
So that means he is down. So far, so good. The Jet gets that opening pick. Couch is forced into the smoke. The rest of the squad gonna back up for now. But like you're talking about, Ravi, here comes the lockdown. It's gonna try to force them off site. They're gonna use the Hunter's Fury to break it. But that does mean that they will not be able to play off-site too heavily. As so far, offense doing a great job of getting these picks, these trades. It's a flawless for the attackers. 11-7 on the board. As man, they played that one super quick at the end there.
They don't even need to play off-site. What's the point of playing off-site if everybody on the other team is just dead? Bro, Mikasa by the end of it getting a 3K, really nice cleanup. And now, if you look at the economy for the side of the puppies, it's rough game. It's a little bit desolate. They have to go for a broken buy, a couple of lights, maybe some specters, but they're planning for the future. Because they know this. If they broken buy now, they'll be able to at least have enough to go into the next with full buys, and that is a do or die situation for them. They do not want to go home after this. They want to be able to win as much as they can as they all push down onto C.
Yeah, here we go. Baron goes out. Recon Dart is there. Here comes the hot hands and the flash, the curveball. But Pickhanger and Brandon Wang, they get their trades. They get their kills. They will go down, but they even it out now. C open for the take. As instead, Couch with one tap finds one, looking for two. Will just go invisible for a second. As he's waiting to see what else he can get. Hot Hands goes out, and that will burn down this area. But it's an econ. It could be a thrifty. There's the blind. They know he's behind the box. And Couch with another headshot means that they get the round. They get the guns. They've got some cash in the bank. And alrighty, this is looking a little bit more doable if you're on the puppy side.
What's behind the box? What's behind the box? Well, it's a spike, I'll tell you that. Which they managed to defuse very successfully. Like you mentioned, Couch with the garage peek at the end, getting two dinks, one after another. Clutch shots coming off the side of the puppies. A lot of them really showing up now. And now, although the lockdown was already used, look at this. Empress, Showstopper, and from the shadows, along with the running back, all these duelist utils, ultimates being able to be up, able to respond to the aggression that we know that Rush likes to bring out. But now, moving on over to A, should be able to spot this and respond appropriately. A little setup as well.
Pressure comes out from the lobby and it forces Shrifty out. Stiza in a trade angle, waiting to just pop util as needed. Will be able to hide behind the box. Alarm bot gets popped, so he gets to use the nano swarm. Smoke is weird, as I think that was from the offense's side. They'll know that some are up long. Yep. And now that means for the time being, they are going to just back away. From the shadows was used for information, and it means that he spots the 3 down long. Now, Mikasa on the other side, looking for that trade. And the Omen, Brandon Wang, not quick enough to find the rotation. Here it comes. Just a matter of who's going to be where. The timing is critical here. Both Mikasa and Swifty in a really weird spot, but instead Swifty goes first. Mikasa finds that one. The push is towards C, and it's a 3K for the Jet once again as he picks up the flankers. Doesn't have to trade anything, takes no damage, instead finds himself in a 2v1. Pepega gets that one, but it's a 2-on-4. You could say this is a must-win for the defense, as Stiza will lose the duel against J-Snack. Now, Cypher, they know he's around, so instead he's just going to jump through. The blind spray comes out, but it's no good. And Pepega will drop, and that means match point now on the board for Rush, as they could close this one out here 13-8.
Do or die situation for the puppies. They've been able to bring it back a fair bit to already getting almost 6 rounds themselves on the board after a very desolate half. But now on the defense, they're looking a lot better. They're looking a lot more alive. They do have almost pretty much the full buys. Watch out for Brandon Wang on that Judge to we'll see if Judgment Day is as of yet. But they have 3 Duelist Ultimates still up and available. They will respond, get spotted out, but that's not good. He needed to be hidden because that Judge needs an element of surprise. Make sure people die. But already, hands down.
Hands down, Couch is down. It's a trade at the A lobby. Swifty comes through with the operator, but will get traded out. There goes the Neural Theft, the rush down straight into A. It's fast, it's hot, it's heavy, as they're going to push out and get this plant down right in the middle of everything. So, trade's gone down. Now, what else will they do? Brandon Wang, I believe, still holding on to that Judge. So he should be able to trade it out for a gun at that hallway. As actually they all should be able to upgrade. They're going to be able to pick up some different guns. I believe they grabbed the operator. Now they're going to look to grab something else, maybe a vandal. Yep, there it is. They've got the guns they want. The retake now coming through. Pop the wire. Run it back gets used, and immediately everyone else just dips, ducks, and gets out of dodge. He's going to start popping it off of that. Smoke goes out to deny it. Did he get it to half? That's the question. No, he did not. Instead, the second defuse comes through. Pros don't fake, but he will get dropped out. The half was not achieved. Pepega trying to go through. He is going to get caught out, and that means Rush will move on to face the Good Neighbors Gaming in the grand finals.
Really well done by the side of Rush. It was a completely and very dominant half, and I just want to say, GG's over to the puppies. It was a tough half for y'all there right at the beginning, a little bit back and forth, but right at the end, it was looking so close. It was some good shots. Rush able to clutch it out. It came down to the gunplay, a couple of different flanks, and the heart by the end of it. Now I'm Captain Planet. There you go, K-Dad. So
Yeah, there you go. I mean, really, they stuck through it. They held on to it until the very end. And credit to them. Credit to the puppies. I mean, coming off of a loss from the Good Neighbors, right? And then coming into this one, they were getting steamrolled a little bit in the beginning, but they found their footing as the time went on. As the game progressed, they managed to pull it together. They were playing more coordinated. They were playing like a team. They were finding their picks. Credit to them for pulling it back, for getting it a little bit more organized. But unfortunately, just not able to hold it through all the way. That 10-2 deficit going into the half, just a bit too much for them to handle.
fantastic stuff from the here, K-Tab. But like you mentioned, now we'll be seeing Rush going into the grand finals, right? So we'll see a lot of it, in my opinion, will really just come down to the attacking half for both of these sides. Although we know the physical for the winners bracket does already have we're not on the board for themselves, and it is the best of three. So we'll have to see if I believe it was, remind me the name, the person who won right before this.
The Good Neighbors.
Good neighbors, you're right.
Good Neighbor Gaming, yeah,
Exactly,
you gotta remember, it's a friendly neighborhood over here. The Good Neighbors, they're there.
correct. You're right.
Yes.
I apologize. Yeah, neighbor gaming, what they won before. If they're able to win just one round, and they look extremely strong on the defense, right? But on the other end, we saw how good Rush is on the attack, right? I think by the end of it, it'll make for a really exciting match because both these guys look pretty good. So I think it'll all come down to map choice.
It will come down to how that one plays out when an immovable object meets an unstoppable force, I think is what you're alluding to there, Ravi. But before we cut over to the break, we just want to say thank you to a few of those sponsors here that are coming through. So obviously, we talked about it earlier, City of STEM. Remember that website link. I know you all remember it because of the HTTPS. Don't worry about it. I got you guys. But them, as also a special thanks to the City of Downey, the presenting sponsor, which is the Downey Unified School District, as well as the Columbia Memorial Space Center, Carrot, High School GG, and when we come back, Ravi, I don't know if you know this, but the two teams that are playing, they will be playing for a customized trophy and a game accessories package from SteelSeries. So the winning team get a trophy, get some gear, $500 goes to your school. That is what we have waiting for us on the other side of the break. Do not go anywhere, guys. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back.
At SteelSeries, we make gaming gear so you can be anything you want, except one thing: ordinary. So why pick on someone your own size? Fight the biggest bad guy you can find. Why score a regular goal? Do something that makes your opponent lose their mind. Why build a boring little house? Create something nobody's seen before. Now that's beautiful. Why waste your ammo on this guy? Be so good at games he just nades himself to death. And why settle for just one trophy? Send us a DM when you win 10. That's the mentality we love at SteelSeries. And that's why we make the gaming gear you need to destroy ordinary. So get in game and go for glory.
We are here at the Columbia Memorial Space Center. Well, the families of the Columbia crew told me the night of the accident that we must carry on their legacy and honor them. And that's exactly what we're doing here at the Columbia Memorial Space Center. We're honoring the legacy of those that have fallen by helping inspire the next generation of explorers through STEAM education, science, technology, engineering, the arts, and mathematics. And having kids coming off the street, having kids being able to do missions, having kids being able to touch space in this environment and be inspired to carry on that legacy of those that have fallen. A site like this will help, those kids and get inspired and know that they can continue to carry themselves on to Mars or to the moon or flying on the Orion capsule one day to an asteroid maybe that can help us, mine an asteroid for minerals and, bring back the benefits of space travel to the planet. So this is the springboard for curiosity and innovation and inspiration right here in Downey, California.
At SteelSeries, we make gaming gear so you can be anything you want.
Nice, coming back in for some. Ghost tap. Nice clear, man. Stuck it to the floor.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back here to the City of STEM Esports High School Tournament presented to you by the Downey Unified School District. And once again, my name is Kyler K-Tat Tandel. Joining me on the desk is this lovely man in ravishing Kana. Some would say the most ravishing man on the internet, but that's only some, as this man will tell you humbly.
Yeah, it's kids. If when I look at you, I think, man, I consider myself to be a pretty humble guy. I'm a like from the bottom of my heart. I'm just a normal dude, but I appreciate you seeing all these nice things about me, man. Thank you for saying that. I might have to add that to like my own thing someday. But past all of that, right? Like you mentioned, this is a grand finals that we're going into. These teams have fought long and hard to get to this point. As Keita, just tell us again what they're fighting for.
Oh, I'm glad you asked, Ravi, because honestly, for those of you who might be just joining us, they are fighting for a very interesting set of prizes here where the winning team will not only get a customized trophy, but they'll also get a game accessories package from SteelSeries. Their school will also get $500 to go towards computer supplies. And even for the runner up for making it this far, they still get a customized trophy. But before we get into any of that action, before we introduce the teams, before we talk about how we got here and all of that, you understand the stakes. But let's give a few opening words from Dr. Garcia, who is the one who would like to welcome you all to this event. Here you go.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the City of STEM Esports Championship. My name is John Garcia, and I happen to have the good fortune to be the superintendent of the Downey Unified School District. First and foremost, I want to do some recognitions today before I congratulate the teams for making it to this final. I want to thank the City of STEM for continuing to champion STEM in Los Angeles County. I also want to recognize our colleagues at the City of Downey, our City Council, for all their support, along with Ben Dickow from the Columbia Memorial Space Center. Lastly, there's a couple of others. I'd like to thank our Downey Unified staff, Dr. Roger Brosmer and Mr. John Harris, for championing esports in Downey Unified School District and continuing to put on our tournament here in conjunction with Mr. Alan Zach and the Carrot Group, who are organizing this City of STEM tournament as well. Thank you, everyone, for all of your support of STEM in Los Angeles County. Congratulations to the two teams for making it to this final. Best of luck on an outstanding competition. GG.
All right. Thank you very much to Dr. Garcia for those words to kind of preface this event and to bring us into this grand finals. Now, before we get here, we do want to give a thank you and a shout out to all of the other teams that participated to get us to this point. Now, there was 22 teams that entered. Only 2 remain, but we do want to give a special shout out and a thank you to those schools that participated. So we're just going to run them down the list. So save your applause till the end if you are of the applauding type, but let's just roll through it right quick. It is going to be Compton Early College, Compton High School, Downey High School, as well as John A. Rowland High School from Rowland Heights, John H. Francis Polytechnic High, as well as Quartz Hill High School, as well as Redondo Union High School, South High School, Torrance, Warren High School, who also comes in from the Downey region. Now, a lot of teams entered from a lot of different schools. Obviously, some schools fielding multiple teams, but as we said earlier, We are down to 2. And so, Ravi, why don't you do me a favor and let's get right into it? Why don't we talk about the challengers here and coming in from the losers bracket?
Yes, sir. We just saw them on your screen, K-Ted. That being RUSH, right? The Redondo Seahawks something school, or as it prefer to be known as Rush, right? Acronyms don't matter. What matters is are these players that we just saw on your screen that be my man Maximus Coretta Argrande, Baron Baker, Justin J. Snap Pack, Colin CJ Fitzpatrick, and Kalen Kono Season Ono. So they came out with a dominating lead right at the beginning on the attack with a 9-3 half and winning it out eventually 13-8. I believe was the final score for them eventually on the defense. Though really good gunplay that we saw out of these guys, right? And especially my man Mikasa, who had some sick options.
Yeah, Mikasa was the man popped off. I think keep in mind that was a account, so you'll be seeing a different name. That was his alt account. So for those of you to clarify that, we got it sorted out. We will be seeing the same players, just different account because skins or whatever the case might have been. But it is okay. The graphics, the optimizations, there's a word I'm looking for here for just the looks of what things do. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, there you go. That's the word. Aesthetic. Thank you, Robbie. But for this other team, aesthetics doesn't matter. We are looking for the winners here. We're looking for them in the guys that are going into this grand finals with a one map advantage as a way for them to say they earned their spot. They took the winners bracket finals. And why don't we introduce them and bring them onto your screen right now? It is, of course, the Good Neighbor Gaming. And they come from Roland Heights, as are John A. Roland High School, as we'll see their names coming up onto the screen in a second. But these are the same guys that we had earlier, the same team that played at the start of today's broadcast. And in no particular order, I'm just going to throw out some of those names that you'll see here on your screen. Of course, we've got Albert Fang and Brandon Wang. Actually, funny story about that. There was another guy from one of the other teams who wanted his in-game name to be Brandon Wang. I think he just idolized Brandon Wang over here, as well as Hayden Fang, John Pham, and Kenneth Lai as the 5 starting players for Roland Heights are in the Good Neighbors Gaming crew. And I mean, these are the guys to beat. This is how they have dictated themselves as the challengers as we move forward here. And I mean, I think we've got quite a series on our hands.
I was saying before the break as well that especially both these guys do definitely have a particular set of skills that they're very, very good at. Now, when we saw Rush, they came out absolutely swinging on the attack, even though they had a pretty balanced composition. Their shots were absolutely immaculate. And when we saw Neighbors, their previously two on the defense, especially on Bind, they took a complete and utter lead over the opponents too. So that was another way that I find that it does not matter where necessarily these sides start, though, but we know which side that I would possibly prefer them at. As you load about into game in just a couple of seconds, we will be going to Ascent first. Consider this is the best of 3, and then not bind, and then split next. Here, K-Ted.
Yeah, I mean, always interesting to see how these things play out. I think credit to the teams as we have not had a repeat map today. So I like that so far. We might see a brand new set of maps. I mean, we've got 2 new maps regardless, but of course, the only map being left out is, of course, everyone's not so favorite map in Icebox. But that is okay because we are on Ascent. Ravi, don't talk to me about Icebox. I don't want to hear it because let's talk about this once again. We're seeing a lot of unique characters being picked up, unique agents being grabbed. Only the Jets and the Sovas so far locked in as duplicate characters from both sides.
Now, considering as of right now, with Astra coming out, she's just so good on a set. I definitely find this is one of her more flexible maps, and you can combine a lot of utility to go along with your other agents. One of my favorite ones is what a friend of mine calls a toaster oven, which is that when you place a Killjoy Molly on top of a gravity well, and then they get stuck and encircled and burned alive due to that. A fun place, and especially can happen really, and especially happens quite often on trees too. I was saying before that the neighbors good on defense and rush good on attack. Well, we're getting exactly that as you go into game number one. Remember here, friends, that because Good Neighbors Gaming won the previous round, instead of doing a whole everything, we'll make sure that we have given the first point to already one map up. If they win this one, they will be our champions, or as they say in Japanese, champions.
We might need a language check on that one, Ravi. I'm not 100% sure that is accurate, but it is okay. Yep, the concept is there. The idea is there, and I am already liking the setups we're seeing coming out the gate because, like last time in Hookah, where the neighbors locked down an area with that killjoy, we're seeing it again. B is the lockdown. Baron will get spotted out. There's the flash. They're gonna try to go right down onto him. Yeah, picks up that one from him as he gets pushed out. And now the rest of the squad will take their pick and walk away with it. The rest of Rush, the Seahawks, being forced to pull back for now. They are unable to get any more further real estate on the map.
And this is what I absolutely love. You can see the cops are coming at me because of how illegal those movesets were here, Kate. Because the reach combinations are sick, but Soretta is sicker with the flicker. At the end, a nice little right click area, holding another side to his slam, but at the end, gets another to peek it at the top. They know one's there by Heaven. Nice little shot in, gets picked out though. Has a lot of health, ready back and forth. Slime can he get the three? No, he cannot. Unfortunately, it becomes a 2v1 that has a spike in hand here, Kate's head. Coretta is there. Takes and job shot on Super.
Yeah, Coretta, aka Mikasa from the last round, was putting in the work. Opens up tree. And I think that was a huge part of that play. Had he been able to get a few more kills, had his support been able to kind of push through the doorway at that point, they had control of the catwalk positioning. And so far, it almost got them their way in onto site. And if that round is an indication of how this game will go, I think we are in for a great series, Ravi, because that was very, very close, all the way down to the wire.
Yes, sir. Really well done. I want to talk a bit about just the breach setups along with the jet, both on Haven, on Ascend. Because the flashes go through the wall, they just flow so well together. Especially with the jet as already moving onto the site here. That's across by Slimebot gets through, and it's already
Spike
three
down
people
A.
down. It's trying to go onto A. That it cleared the corners, that is set up for smoke. By the K-Tab, but the slow make their way onto the site. Spike will be planted
Last player
as they
standing.
come in. As one.
Yeah, Baron ends up with a Spectre, but will just get taken down in the end. I mean, overall, I think the idea was there. I mean, granted, this was the pistol round for the side of Rush to just give over anyways. The Seahawks not really wanting to commit a whole lot, knowing that they will be at an economic disadvantage. So now, here we are at the main sense of it all. We'll have to see how the first rifle round goes. There's still Spectres on the side of the defensive side, the neighbors holding on to their guns from the last round, trying to keep some of that money in the pockets. But yeah, I gotta agree with you, Ravi. I like the push, I like the play. Now it's just a question of can they execute when they actually have guns in hand. So far, we're seeing it. It looks like actually seeing how the eco is shifting out. That okay, never mind. They swing the money back around. They find a way to get everyone a rifle. There was almost a round where they don't play off of enough guns. Cordetta will get spotted out by that dart, but only one. So that means they're gonna push out for now. If we're looking at it here, Cypher, J-Snack trying to slowly creep his way up into the tree area. Does get dinked a little bit by the Spectre, but considering that he had full shields, he's still relatively healthy. The rest of the squad pushing out slowly. They're trying to poke and prod their way in to get some of that advantage, but so far so good. The defense holds.
That was actually a really good dart as well, which is put up by Soha too, right down on mid. Catches out two members of Redondo as well, or that being Rush at least. So to read the mid push as a pretty much bunched up all five down there, it'll be up to Soha as well to be able to consistently hold this down and slowly move over onto Market. J-Sec only has 2 health, and he knows there's 2 people holding down onto trees, so they could possibly double swing this, but up against the breach and the jet will be quite tough because combine the flash and the smokes. Slowly push the dart all the way over. They know the side is completely clear. Won't have any information. Firewall goes down
30
as they move
seconds
themselves onto the side. But Slava can't chase that first job. But you
Oh.
Greta peeks in, but up against 3. Doesn't know that there's that many people there at least. Folks are already down though. Oh yeah, peeks out of the back, clears out the doors. A spike is already planted. 4v3. And here comes the Rolling Thunder to clear them all out. They're bounced up, they're concussed, but they're still not dead as of yet. Now they are.
Yeah, they all go down in the end there. They have to burn the Rolling Thunder, but hey, in the first rifle round, you take that because now not only do they keep their guns, they keep their economy. Remember, they didn't spend a whole lot to get into this round. They had Spectres going into this. So if we look at it by the numbers, look at how rich the side of the neighbors are. This is a very affluent community that they've got themselves put together over there because they've got cash in the bank on the
Yes, sir. They've got a whole gated community and everything considered on the defense too. They don't want nobody coming up onto their lawn here, KTAB. But now, Rush is now stuck in what yet again I called before as the ping pong economy, right? That's what happens when you lose 3 rounds in a row like that. You're gonna be stuck into this. We're stuck back and forth with the save and buying until you're able to bring it back. But the good neighbors are set up for putting this to 4-0.5 unless Kono season can just keep doing that to them.
Yeah, Kono, that's a big pick because that should mean that they get this gun. They're going to try to burn all the utility in the world to prevent them from getting it. But at the end of the day, that is a rifle in hand. Now, on the other side, Coretta's just trying to peek around. They need to make this work. The Stinger is out. They're going to try to
He
find
hears them.
something. They're waiting, just waiting for somebody to push through this doorway. They know they want to take it, but instead they're going to walk around back towards B main. Drone will get spotted. Instead, run it back gets used, and it's a bad spot for Fitz as he's going to get dropped. Slimebot with the timing gets the peak. And now as this happens, the rest of the site are pushing through. Yeah, gets dropped by the Sheriff from Kono. He sees another one on the side, missing shots. Coretta should know. It's 1 health and a dream there from the Omen there. Looks for another pick. Gets it! 1 health and a dream! 4 shots down! Kono with a massive round win.
How did nobody see him? Super! He was shooting at you! Turn around! Like, literally shot him in the back. The shots were really there. He was in market. The information was there. I'm not sure if neighbors have their why? No! But on the other end though, big ground from Calder, able to swing it back and was set up for a hoe. It would have been quite detrimental, but this could be the comeback that we see from Rush as they make it a similar push it again down to mid. Also looking for information down the market as well if they can find it, but be careful not to get caught out either. There is one person right there at the back that Astro, which set up all the utility. Byron could catch them if they peek in a bit too far. Here's the footsteps going down.
Oh, Coretta actually tried to push out. We'll get picked for that, for his troubles. As instead that turret gonna spot out that there is a few people pushing out. Yeah, forced to just wait around the Cypher cage for now. As again, the control of the tree area, the catwalk, ceded by the defense. So good neighbors not willing to kind of put any members up in this area, waiting for the rest of the squad to push out. But because of that, and we're seeing this trend now forming from the side of Rush here, the Seahawks, they push up and they pull back and retreat to another area. And it's now the onus is on the side of the neighbors to see if they'll recognize that they have left Cat. It looks like they have. And now they're going to move around and retreat back to their original default
30
position.
seconds left.
There's really just trading shots here, just shot a vibe from rocket control between both of these teams, considering they both know they are there too. It's going to come down to who's going to pick first. But Rush right now just spending so much utility to just fight back and forth with speeding set line. The Peacock get one though, and just like that, 2 drop aside a Rush. Though we're still back and forth. Spikes in their hands. They have to plant now. It takes 4 to plant, but they're not gonna be able to get it. There's gonna save your K to save their guns going into the next at least. They're like be able to save across the board 3-2 by the end of it. But at least they make it expensive for the neighbors.
Yeah, I mean, something I would have brought up, I wanted to bring up at the start of that last round was that the economy coming out from the neighbors meant that they had to knock them down 2 rounds in a row before they'll be able to lose guns. They miss out on that opportunity. They've got one more chance here from the side of the Seahawks, from Rush, before they need to back away. But Fitz is lining up for what could be a very nasty Odin spray through the wall if he chooses to stick with it. Soha in a bad spot could get sprayed. Instead, they're going to wait to see if the dart comes out. The second that thing goes through the wall, he's going to start spraying. There it is, and it forces Soha back immediately. All of his shields are gone, and this could be a quick B hit if they want it.
It is just so hard they're anchoring it there onto the site too. So this is such a tough spot for him to be into and use the owl drone at the beginning as well. Sees them all push out and has information of at least 3 moving on in, but now it'll be up to Stevens to defend on the site. Flash out 2 slime bot is there. You could use that along with the peak of the rest of his teammates too. The nearby CT moves up onto the site. The spike peaks now. So guess what? Can he get a second? Maybe no. No, he cannot. CJ. Finishes something. He started spectrum. He planted 4 3v3. Sorry, K10. As at this point, cause like I'm just looking at this like, yo, damn, that was outlawed in 1897. We would do that to another person, bro.
Yeah, that was pretty rough from the side of Rush there. They put the screws to the rest of the defenders there, and now it puts Supa in a really weird spot. 1 versus 2, no information, no tools, and Baron with the 4K. They hold B main, they prevent any other defenders from getting onto site to help Soha. And it puts him in such an awkward position where he has to either win out completely and get multiple trades on site, or else they lose control of the B site wholeheartedly. And that's exactly what ends up happening. Rush, the Seahawks, doing a great job at taking B. And honestly, it's a little bit of a weird one. It was a late rotate because of the conditioning that they've been putting to the side of the neighbors. They push forward, they poke out, and then they retreat. That time around, however, they push forward, they're in, they execute, they hold their angles on the site, and it gives no room for the neighbors to get back in onto the B bomb site. As we see it here, back to the standard, the slow, the quiet pace.
And this is exactly what we wanted to see out of the side of Rush. The execution on sites. Except the neighbors are now actually going to save as well. This could exactly be what Rush needs for the move in at least 4-3, though. Be quite advantageous for them. See JNAC. Just lurking all the way at the back. Near mid. Try to catch any rotations that could come in potentially. Go over to A. Takes out to the market. He gets spotted, unfortunately, too, in a lot of trouble. Takes out the knife, though, but he's penciled between so many different people. Bali could possibly peek in, and if he does that could be fancy given over as well. The side of good neighbors as the door closes onto B. They're moving up through mid.
Yeah, real tense here as they're running out of time once again. They're going to play this one pretty close to the vest. 30 seconds left on the clock. It's another concussion that's going to force them back, that elastic that pushes them out. But the B site is closed for business. So if you are on the side of Rush, A needs to be the hit, but it needs to be the hit quick because that has been locked down before by the Killjoy. So far, 17 seconds. Here comes the recon dart that should give them information as the backside. As instead, yep, they're gonna notice that there's Supa with Killjoy gone, turrets, the swarm grenades, the alarm bot. It all makes no difference. That means now they get to hold site for the post plant. 3-on-3, but Hunter's Fury is available. They don't even need to play on site for this one just yet.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, the Hunter's Fury, really powerful tool for them to be able to go on the retake 2 and possibly contest the defuse that can comes in. But there comes the divide. As also they're able to stop a lot of the noise coming out from the other side. Battle able to move in, but looking at the back, they need to win on these trades here. K7 already with slime bot down. He actually also had out of the Rolling Thunder as well. I'll be able to use that peak, and Bottom wins that trade. It's good on them. And that's still in the Torrent Hoovy too. They have to defuse peak and protecting him. Oh yeah, gets one more. Oh, Kono sees it, cleans up yet again.
Kono with the massive spray transfer at the end of that. That is huge for the side of the Seahawks. Rush manages to push back through. They hold the line across the asteroid because they cannot play it the way they wanted to. They wanted to sit back with the Hunter's Fury and not have to worry about it. They wanted to just sit back, play time, say, haha, you're going to defuse. We're just going to push X and ult in your face. But instead, it forces them into a nail biter of a swing there. Baron swings first. Kono has to swing second, but he gets the defenders in the correct order. Massive round swing, and now with the economy, that was the save round, keep in mind. So we're still not too bad, but overall, it puts them firmly in control. They've got the momentum, they've got a good money bank now. Ultimate's being used, run it back is out. Can they spot everybody? That's a huge set of utility. Yeah, finds one, yeah, finds two. And that means they are on site, but they cannot go any further. They're gonna get the plant down, but Fitz finally shuts them down.
Still now though, 4v3 for both sides here. CG at the back through B main to try to ult him out. Slimebot just takes him to smoke as well to force him out in the open. Not 2v4 between these two teams. All they have to do is be able to move in as one. As Rush onto the side, that's actually a really big dart to catch them out before he TPs. 39 health, swings in, cannot get the other, and that's all they need. That's exactly what they wanted to see from Good Neighbors Gaming. Moving in as one, they come in for a faster rotate as well, which is huge. But respond to the Seahawks, maintaining the 2-round lead.
Yeah, I mean, and credit to the guy that we're saying, the guy. For those of you who are wondering who is who we keep mentioning, that is the guy with the Korean characters in his name. We put it into Google Translate, and it translates out to "oh yeah" just a bunch of times. So we've been calling him but that is credit to the Jet. That anchor, the amount of tenacity that this man has as he sits in Boathouse and just waits for everyone else to push in, takes out the offense, the attackers as they push up towards him, and gets a few kills, gets those big picks that gives them that numbers advantage into the post plant. With that said, though, slowly moving up the catwalk. So this has been an area that, for the most part, the Good Neighbors have been willing to give up. We're seeing Slimebot for the first time defending this area. They normally don't let this through, but instead here comes the swing, spots one, will just back up with the flash. But meanwhile, Coretta finds an opening through mid, and now with the numbers advantage, the question will be, will they push through? Turret once again spots him out, but will just get deleted. So Scott goes through, flashes out, Slimebot is flashed, but will get traded out by Fitz, and that means they're in a rough spot. Has to get dropped as well. Hunter's Fury goes out, looking for some of those attackers. Soha will just tag him up, but will not kill the Phoenix. 2-on-4, still the numbers advantage, as that shot dart will get Oh no, not what you wanted. Gives them an advantage, but where are they playing? That's the question. Cypher in Hell, Sova on Cat, Phoenix on Cat, and Sova at main. Down to the wire, 3-on-2.
So right now they have almost no information on exactly where they could be here. That's actually really good. Now they spot him down into Hell at least. As moving on to 7 spray comes in all the way to the top. They're running out of time and they finish off Soha. There's just left, and he knows he can't finish off by himself. He has no time to defuse, will just barely get out. Be able to at least hit the gun for himself and possibly just get any exit frags. But now it gives Rush now 5-4 at least. Although they keep flipping in between rounds, like it does feel like Rush is actually really picking up on what Good Neighbors Gaming is doing. They're reading really well on where they like to set up, and they're winning all these trades more often than not. It's just coming down to who's getting initial picks for K10. They're able to open up on these sites. So the Neighbors, if they want to look a bit stronger on the defense, they need to be able to hold on sites a little bit better. I wanted to peek as to do the buddy system. Hold on sites with the pickies together, so that we can win on trades, but we'll go down and save.
Would you say, Ravish, that they need their Thunder buddies together to hold on to each other?
Exactly. So I would say exactly that. I would say they even need their earbuds together so they can dunk on them.
Well, with that, we'll see how they do it, because for the most part, the offense from Rush, from the Seahawks, has been this kind of group cuddle buddy session as they all move together as a 4-man unit, and Coretta just the lone wolf swinging out on the side. Instead, here comes the A hit from main, and this actually happens to be the round that the Killjoy was rotated off. So, with that said, that without the turrets, without the alarm bot, without those swarm grenades stalling out the time, oh, Coretta on the flank doing work. It actually still gives them the option and the ability to get right up in onto that site, and the neighbors in a rough spot here, 3-on-5.
Revealing area. There they are.
So far between these teams, they're moving on to the site. Their case has the dark spots are so many, but it does not matter because they cannot respond. They just don't have the gun economy. They're able to do so. The ball looking, peeking at the back, possibly catch out one, but no, this is just shot through the door. At this point, Rush actually able to tie it up.
Yeah, I mean, really great half, great job from both teams so far. I'm really liking the play here. I'm liking that they are working together. The communication is there, and very similarly, one of the unique aspects of Valorant, right, is that the memory game. Who played where? When did they play it? How did they play it? I'm liking that we're seeing that coming out, that these guys are willing to play differently. They're checking spots that were previously allocated or just played. They're moving around and oh my god! Yeah! That's what you're screaming out. Pretty much right out that one. The double shotgun knife into the Sova play. Oh my god, the neighbors got something to say about that.
K-Tab, man, I was saying before too, bro. It's like this is what you want to see. The coordination that is possible between a Breach and a Jet as they get the flawless for the round, right? You peek up through A, you have the knives, and one after another, they all fall. We're talking about coordination, communication. If that's not coordination, then I don't know what is. I can make it a 6-5, like 6-6 half likely. Outside of Rush, they have a lot up as well that they can use to respond to a good neighbor's game he wants to bring out. But watch out for that Rolling Thunder, along with the lockdown too, which can be huge in the retakes.
Yeah, could be huge. Ultimates would be key there, but with that last round and a half, you need to use your ultimates, otherwise it goes to waste. Coretta, the man I want to keep our eyes on as we move forward here, because he is looking for these entry frags, these opening picks to give them the way in, to buy space, to buy time. We do hear Byland drop. He knows that he's there. The Astra in a really bad spot means that he will go down. Coretta finds his pick, finds his man, and backs away knowing that his job has been accomplished. Now, will he spot out and will he predict that there's somebody in lower logs over there as he's waiting for it? Supa just forced to back away. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Soha gets his man. And so far, 4-on-4, but all of the attackers, all of the Seahawks currently at the A side of the map.
Not anymore, KHL, as they move themselves back over to B yet again. We know this team to be quick on the rotates at least, and to be able to respond to any information that they potentially could give out. And a good gaming though, looking at the back, as actually committed to the TP, but at least doesn't have any information at all. I believe Super was not spotted, but instead he's all the way at the back, puts the swarm grenades out on the speedway to make sure that they cannot enter. But actually needs to stay alive. The lockdown could be crucial for them entering onto the site, but they may not even need it. Kona goes down, 10 seconds left to go. One after another.
Oh no.
Fall. As you see, the Breach puts out his best baby impression, screams let's go, and they all die.
Yes. That is, when I hear the phrase let's go, that is who I think of. Grammy nominated singer-songwriter rapper The Baby. Yes. That is what, yes. I too, for those, yeah, you know, just like the fans at home. That is what I think of.
Icon, K-Ted. He's done so much for us, I'd say.
Well, I mean, we'll have to see what else happens, because thank you, Ravi. I will never be able to see Breach out the same way again.
You are welcome, sir. You like how I smell cologne. Go ahead to make your point.
Okay. Well, with that, let's move on to second pistol, because right now, Rush find themselves in a bit of an awkward situation. That nano grenade. Oh, they're tossing it over the wall like they got a plan for it. Because instead, there goes Coretta, dashes right in onto site. They're gonna shut the door, and so far the neighbors pushing hard onto the A site, looking for it. Shock darts go across. All 5 members get on. Only the breach takes a little bit of damage, but post-plant scenario, here we go.
Unless he spotted the breach as well, too. Slimebot should have known, man. Anywhere he goes, he will die, though. Now they're coming for the retake, and it's absolute pandemonium. On side here, K-Side makes a 3v2, the one all the way at the back. Right outside near white, it is just up to them. Good complete shot down the corner season. He knows he has stick it. Baron up against 2. So that's so hard all the way at the back to get another dart. Frenzy goes with the reload at the back, but through the smoke, Coil flicks him out.
Yeah, nice shot through that smoke there as that closes out the round. The huge one for the Seahawks, for Rush, as it buys them that time. It buys them that space. And now it gives them actually some economy back in the pockets. They can start off this half strong. And already we're seeing it. Coretta pulling out the Marshall, pulling out that jet playstyle that everyone loves to see. Get that sniper pick, dash back out of there, get out of danger, and see if you can get some more. So I want to see what else Coretta's got in the tank, but he's going to swing out of Cat. But traditionally, nobody from either side has really played that B main, that B tiles area. So far, it doesn't really find anything.
We've seen Coretta pop up on the Marshall before. You have to remember this was Mikasa that we saw before, right? And the Marshall shots have been clean from him, but sees the dart come out too, and the Astra smoke. But let's block him out for a little bit longer. Force going to push up even further and allow him to get spotted. Takes a couple of shots into repositions, but now he's just caught in the corner. A lot of util being used to take down Coretta out. Let's open the A side here for now, though. But it's now just purely just up to the neighbors to see where they want to push in.
Yeah, see where they want to go next. But overall, everyone's just slowly hanging around for now. The switch up really not really coming through at all. There is no movement around. Everyone's just kind of chilling back at their original spawns. So far, rotation through mid, but Supa finds the pick onto Fitz. That could be huge in terms of opening up mid. Now, actually, Coretta forced to back up. He has the Marshall, but cannot travel any further because he has lost his support. Kono, meanwhile, on site, trying to do his best, trying to push out. Will get taken down, but not after he takes down a few himself. Slimebot gets a trade, and that means this is a rough spot. 2-on-2. Attackers not able to get there, and just like that, the Seahawks even the score.
And they just seem indecisive there. On Southern neighbors, they're going a little bit back and forth. It was stuck down in mid. They got a good pick, but problem was as soon as it entered onto the site, Kono able to clear out too, holding down onto heaven. I would have preferred them to possibly push in through trees first and then probably clear that out, because getting heavy control while moving not to be is so utterly crucial, because if you do not, you will get pinched. It happens every single time, and it happened there as well. So I need the push from the neighbors to be a little bit more fanned out. And like we said, have your Thunder buddies with you. Just make sure you're doing A-OK, K-Tad. As now, they're looking towards B.
Yeah, get spotted up by that recon dart. So far, so good. They're gonna just play it slowly up B main. They will get spotted. They know one's there, but here comes the dash too. Coretta does break out that chain, and instead the spray is gonna come out. Soha, meanwhile, already getting some kills out. They are taking control of the B site, but they are kind of pinching themselves into there. How many defenders will they lose before the plant comes down? But that's the question. As here comes Coretta, but actually he gets picked off by that was not a trade that he should have lost. And that is dire straits now for the side of Rush, because Baron is the last man left. He's going to get dashed on, jumped on, name it, whatever you want, because that man's is gone.
Flawless by the end of it. 8-7 now, able to get the round lead back after losing the first 2 pistols, right? But now the guns across the board, at least for the side of the good neighbors, right? And this is the kind of push I want to see out of that. Them playing together, they're moving as a couple, they're going back and forth, right? Trust in each other, communication, the good to any relationship, and any of the Valorant that you have as well. And it looks like trust has been established, so I can't wait to see what their 4th day looks like.
Yeah, I mean, credit are noticing as well that the good neighbors on attack, right? Their playstyle is a little bit different, where they're willing to 5-man stack, right? They're willing to put everyone in the same area, Snack does get taken out there, but they're willing to play together a little bit more than traditionally we see coming out from the side of the Seahawks.
Mhm.
But it does seem like that pick from Super right there, we didn't catch it on cam, but that is a prediction off of Cordetta's playstyle. They know that he likes the flank. They know that if he's not in front of them, he's trying to get behind them.
Planted.
And it ends up giving them that kill to now. They've got Spike down. They've got the baby ultimate ready and raring to go. And now the question is, will they use it in the post plant?
I want to see them actually see this. I don't think they need this right now at all. If they were to save it, would be good. And considering Super's already there at the back, it's a good little trade. That's a 4v2 at this point. It's just all them as of right now, right? Considering now Rush 2, only have 2 members left. They get spotted up. Actually get spotted up by the util too. Because they just stuck down back by spot by their CT. And the side is there. They have no time. Baron Peaks is able to get one. The Ratchet taken out by Slime Bonner. Just Kono left. And he too shall fall. As neighbors get 2-round lead back.
Yeah, they've got a lead back. And actually, I gotta wonder on the side of Rush there, if the better call wouldn't have just been to prevent them from escaping, right? Play that angle. You know that there's like 3 on site already. Just play back and force them to lose the guns. Look at the economy. Yeah, okay, they still have money. They still probably could have afforded guns this round. But at the very least, you know you're not going to take that 4v2. It'd be a miracle for them to take it considering the utility and the agents they had left.
Yeah.
So with
And
that,
another-
You should run.
yeah, go ahead, Robbie.
I was gonna say, yeah, but another call out by Crud that you're making before too. You can see he likes to play trees as well here Kate's had. So I was another good read by them for the catch out route by Super as they force him out to get Kono. That's big. He's doing one of the main fraggers as well. A lot of time being used to clear out the side of the spike. Just going as of yet.
Oh!
Is it just not enough? He goes up before him as a topsy-turvy instead of upsy-downsy. That's what Dora calls a reba and a ball. There Kate's had. But he's a little bit back and forth. They have to still have to clear out heaven. 2 stuck by the gravity while he only has the Bucky. So the other say so far, it's a tough position to be in. It's a 5v2, and they're all just so low, getting shot up from all sorts of places. They're stuck at the top. Gotta get one made. And yeah, sayonara, citizen. See you later.
Flawless there from the neighbors as they come out with this one. Keep in mind, if they win this out, they win our tournament. They had their advantage. They earned their spot. And now that means that they are very comfortably in the lead here. But I gotta say, rough retake scenario. All members up, all members go down. They burned, crucially enough though, they burned Super's ultimate, right? A Killjoy lockdown on what should have been a guaranteed eco round. So question if that's gonna come back to bite them a few times here, because now with the money in hand, Coretta, Operator is out. He's looking for those aggressive peaks, but the rest of the squad is on the other side of the map. They've got 5, and they are slowly ready to push up A main.
There we go. The baby calls it as they move it already in onto the side. The door needs to be closed to make sure that they don't get flanked. But at least as they make the door back, as the Fury catches out one tag, gets second, gets Soha. His counterpart is down. They saw the plan for just a little bit longer, and now coming to the retake to already have the advantage. As folks already down to the one after another. The trades are going all in favor of Rush. We were saying they need this round to stay alive. They're fighting for survival. So he gets one more. He gets 3, but not the ace, unfortunately. But man,
that was
clean,
close. Yeah, that was close and that was clean. They're gonna go looking for the operator for Credetta to make sure they get that back. But oh my, that almost went from good to disastrous for the side of Rush. The Seahawks almost got picked off from the hold down under heaven in hell from the side of that Killjoy. Super almost clutches that out. He was blind at the end of that, keep in mind. And it ends up being a much needed win for the defense, 10-8 on the board, but they are struggling to scrape by with the economy. They are barely getting guns they need, and it is very, very rough. Again, another round loss, and they are looking at potentially getting to a sent to match point before they can even get another buy-in.
Consider right now, like you mentioned, right, they need to be able to maintain this, and this round is so important for them if they don't want to be put in a completely detrimental position. But early lockdown as well put out by the side of the neighbors too, to give them the A site, along with the running back. They go But the walls and the smoke suits, he just puts in, he got the running back, so the information is there for him. He does not get detained. Luckily, he's right outside the area of effect. And now comes in for a 5v5. Good shot dart, tags up a lot. And now Super is so extremely low. We've seen it be clutched before. I watched them actually hold off sight here, the K-Tad, to make sure that they're all not caught out. The Soul is already down.
And so far, defenders pushing out from tree, looking like they're actually going to swing out of heaven as well. Neurotheft goes out and they find one. They know that there's some underheld, but what else can they get? Smoke goes down, Slimebot gets picked off through the smoke, and just like that, once again, Rush, the Seahawks, hold the line. They are desperately just scraping the money by every round, and they bring it back 2 rounds in a row now. They've managed to save the op once again for Coretta, which means they still hold money. And honestly, a lot of this is just coming down to those chaotic retakes. Recon darts are being huge in both of these retake and post-plant scenarios because both teams are using them to find out where members are and what's going on. And I don't know, Ravi, this could be trouble because look at this. Coretta is on the right side with this operator for the first time since he's bought it. Let's see if he gets a pick.
The flash is already there and really taking that. That's also all that well. Oh yeah, considering he had the knives, so they are able to challenge him. We've seen Coretta hold the spot down a couple of times, but the first time they're actually able to peek him too. So good job by them and not use the breach flash in ultimatum results in a disadvantage. Neighbors actually do have the econ for 2 more rounds to be able to fall by. But after that, though, if they're able to do so, that will mean the Rush will be 11 to 10 at this point. It could easily be set up for a match point and take us to a game number 3 between these 2 teams here, K-Tad. So he needs to be over to the mid side. They need one big bit. They need one good pick. But moved on over. It's a shot, but misses it. That's so big, unfortunately. So when the smoke came out, they're able to easily cross as look over to A.
Yeah, and just like that, after the shot misses, you saw the scurry come out from the side of the neighbors there. Immediately, everyone jumps across. Everyone gets to A site. This is where they've been playing so far, and it's been a 50-50 jump around and close calls. There's another storm grenade to push them off for now, but overall, everyone else playing this post plant very, very carefully. Fitz now from tree at the door, wants to make a move. Super on the side will get taken down off of the blind. Great blind from the Omen there. Soha now needs to get another one. Curveball is out, manages to flick around just in time, but runs out of bullets. Astra also trying to get another trade from BY Land, but he is gone. And that means we are at tie game, 10-10 on the board.
And the post plants coming off of sudden neighbors, their positions are just so awkward and they keep getting caught out one after another. They need to be a lot more split up and cover wider areas. And consider that on the attack, I need to see at least 1 to 2 holding off site. The watchful flank, 1 down in hell is completely fine. And Ash the killjoy mollies that Super's doing, those have been patched. Okay, Ted, those don't work anymore. Unfortunately, because you cannot molly them out under heaven. From hell, unfortunately. So now, when we're looking at it, considering it's 10-10, they have the econ to full by for 1 more round, but neighbors will be in trouble as they look over to B. National shoulder pick option doesn't come out. They'll see the reset considering it's overdone by mid. But not as we move on over. A lot of the Utah's already there to smoke it out. It spots the push. He sees 2. Baron's calling for reinforcements.
Yeah, Baron calls it out. Spots it. They need to dash through, but this is a must win for the neighbors. Yeah, jumps through. He's lit up and almost gone, but he manages to push through. They get onto site. They take control of Speedway, and now they hold on. Ultimates are available, but instead, Coretta through the wall just sees the tip of the bullet spray transfer through. Will get flashed out, but there goes the Astro. They're trying to hold this site down as effectively as they can. They run it back, goes through. Byland will find that one as he gets pushed back. Elastic goes out onto Speedway. Slimebot finds one, but gets traded out by Coretta. It's just the Astra in the back line. 1v2. Darts are everywhere, but no! It's huge for the side of the Seahawks. And they come out 11-10.
And I was saying, if they had the econ for 1 more round, the Rush actually bringing it back from the depths consistently. Here, K-Tad, and we're talking about these post plans. They need to be able to cover set lines a lot more equally because they're allowing themselves to fall into a pit of just 1v1 trades, which should not be happening. The smoke setup from the Astra needs to favor the side of the neighbors if they are to be able to hold this down. And the wall. Can we just talk about the wall, bro? Bro, fam, you know they're already past market. Who you cutting off? Ooh,
Here,
the pizza
I mean,
place? No,
here.
that was so huge. I gotta agree with you. The wall wasn't where they wanted it or needed it, and Coretta gets the
Spike
pick.
down.
That is huge. That could put them up. That's a man advantage, but can they capitalize off of it now is the question. They
out of
back
my
up. They're
way.
gonna put the op in a different area. They're gonna go forward. Yeah, it's very, very lit. 10 health and a dream. The rest of the squad pushing out. He's gonna dash in. Doesn't find anyone on site, but still in a rough spot. Dashes up, looking for a kill. Gets the shotgun. That's huge. He's got one. Even the backup will get traded back, but they've got the spike down. 2 on 4. Island goes down. It's just a breach. Coretta's on the side. J-Snack picks him off, and that means, ladies and gents, match point, and we could be looking at a map 3.
they're taking such aggressive peeks, K10. They're already on the site. Neighbors need they're getting very overzealous in terms of when they're able to enter into, and they're giving Rush the exact situations that they want. They're able to win out on trades. They consistently get man advantage. As soon as Spike goes down, I need neighbors to play a lot more defensive once the Spike is there. I understand if you want to play forward to be able to get the entry, but once Spike goes down, yo fam, chill. You got this. They gotta come to you. You gotta remember that. They have almost every ult up as well. But will they get peeked in again? Yes, they will. Super. That's
The
that's
dry
twice now.
peaks. The dry peaks are just too much. They're not able to do it. They're gonna have to burn Rolling Thunder, but considering that their problem hasn't been getting on site, it's been holding in the post plant. I don't know what's gonna happen. They already lose one. They're gonna lose the jet as well. Neighbors in a really rough spot. This could be it for map 2 or map 1 in the grand finals. They're all getting dropped. They're all gone. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Map number 3 is on the table. Seahawks come through.
And neighbors, man, it was a pretty even half. They had the 2-round advantage consistently, but when they switched over onto the attack, Rush completely turned it up, and they will take us over the split. And really, Kate said, we're saying it before, we said it once, we said it 1,000 times. It's those post plants. That's just straight up it. They're consistently putting themselves in very awkward positions to in either do or die angles. Either get 2 trades or they give everything over. And considering they could see losing on the first picks, man, Rush, really good job to consistently punch their position. As you go over to map number 3, you know, it's really going to depend on them, right? There's a lot on the line, and you don't want to play like that.
Yeah, I mean, it is close, it is tough, it is tight, as these guys are definitely the most evenly matched teams we've seen today in the stream. But ladies and gents, we will be right back. When we come back, it's only going to be quick. We just need to get your water, get your bathroom breaks in, because this is a matchup you do not want to miss. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back.
At SteelSeries, we make gaming gear so you can be anything you want, except one thing: ordinary. So why pick on someone your own size? Fight the biggest bad guy you can find. Why score a regular goal? Do something that makes your opponent lose their mind. Why build a boring little house? Create something nobody's seen before. Now that's beautiful. Why waste your ammo on this guy? He's so good at games he just nades himself to death. And why settle for just one trophy? Send us a DM when you win 10. That's the mentality we love at SteelSeries. And that's why we make the gaming gear you need to destroy ordinary. So get in game and go for glory.
We are here at the Columbia Memorial Space Center. Well, the families of the Columbia crew told me the night of the accident that we must carry on their legacy and honor them. And that's exactly what we're doing here at the Columbia Memorial Space Center. We're honoring the legacy of those that have fallen by helping inspire the next generation of explorers through STEAM education, science, technology, engineering, the arts, and mathematics. And having kids coming off the street, having kids being able to do missions, having kids being able to touch space in this environment and be inspired to carry on that legacy of those that have fallen. A site like this will help, those kids and get inspired and know that they can continue to carry themselves on to Mars or to the moon or flying on the Orion capsule one day to an asteroid maybe that can help us, mine an asteroid for minerals and, bring back the benefits of space travel to the planet. So this is the springboard for curiosity and innovation and inspiration right here in Downey, California.
At SteelSeries.
All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the grand finals. It all comes down to this one more map here at the City of STEM Esports High School Tournament presented to you by the Downey Unified School District. And we got to do this one more time, folks. So, you know what? Hey, you're asking me what is City of STEM? What is this? What is going on? Well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, as it was created by the Columbia Memorial Space Center. You just watched that ad a little bit while ago. If you're paying attention to the stream, that's what we were talking about. The City of STEM is Los Angeles' largest celebration of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, aka STEM. And it takes place in the entire month of April. Now, it is the 7th year running that the STEM themed community events from the 100+ City of STEM partners highlights the ongoing importance that STEM has in this entire region. This is one of those events. If you're putting two and two together, this is one of those events. So if you want to learn more about this whole event or what's going on and all of this, you can learn more at, and I won't tell you the HTTPS this time, just go to cityofstem.org. That's where you want to go to find it out. But here we go. Once again, Ravi is my partner. He's over here. I'm K-Tad. Ravi, you ready?
I'm so ready, K-Tad. Are you ready?
I'm so ready. Let's just go. Let's just
go.
do it. Let's go. We watched
Right
an incredible game between the side of the Good Neighbors Gaming going up against the Redondo Seahawks, aka Rush. And Ravi, we're on Split, our last unique map of the day. What are you looking for in this one?
I'll tell you what, bro. Right now, what I'm looking for is Viper, which I already see the hover already on one side coming off of the side of the Good Neighbors Gaming. Viper, I find, has been exponential in so many of these sites, especially considering her buffs to Good Neighbors need a post plant. They need some sort of insurance so they all just don't die on sight. And Viper can give them that. Offers a lot of control, especially with the Viper split that she can put out. Being inside that Jello immediately locks out one side and gives the advantage in the trade as well. But we're seeing it on both ends, so a lot of it will be up to the Good Neighbors, be able to rack up the points on the defense. They're both starting off on similar sites. We know that there's very evenly matched on defense and attack, but once things switch on over, K-Tad, things get hairy.
Yeah, things tend to get a little weird once we start moving around and once we start going into the post plants and once we swap sides, because it feels like both of these guys are very, very comfortable in this scenario. Good Neighbors on the defense, Rush on the offense. That's their favorite sides. But when they switch, that's when things get crazy. That's when things get chaotic. We don't know how this is going to go when they pull that around because, as we saw in last game, things got down to the wire time and time again.
Yes, sir. I imagine we'll see the exact same situation going into this one as well. But I find Split as a map, K-Tad, if you're not practicing true on it, it can definitely deceive you based on how much you're able to snowball, especially for one side. So I'm really looking at Seahawks too, and both the neighbors should be rack up as many points as they can. These are good neighbors. It started off with almost a 3-0 half last time. We'll see if they can replicate the same as Seahawks moving over out of the A side. All that Killjoy util is there. Or only one Astra this
Cage
time
triggered.
outside the neighbors. As they move in. Okay.
They
shots
suspect
are
that
out.
it's down there. Yeah.
Yeah.
J-Snack hoping to maybe actually draw out some members as the rest of the squad has rotated out. So far, we see this a lot from Rush. Like we talked about in the previous few games, they like to push forward, poke and prod, and then regroup at a different location. So far, it looks like that call is going to be up in the mid as they're slowly pushing through now. Smokes are down. They're going to pop the concuss to try and push everyone out of heaven. We'll see how effective it is as so far it's about to hit. They know that one is there, but the concuss goes wide. It only lands on one. That's a great one-way from Soha as they're not going to be able to see the Viper on the backside of that, and they are stuck at mid right now.
Poison's off.
Right, not to the this is the situation, but
30
Flash
seconds.
has come out as well. They don't have a second car ball to be able to respond. Then get the immediately move over onto the A side yet again. Right through pipes to get down one. So nice little trades back and forth. And to hold it back. Spawn.
Oh.
And then onto the side. Super gets two. Immediately
Super.
and they're in the middle of all the mollies. So they just get taken down and burnt alive. No toast oven, but good enough.
That was such a huge hold from Super there in the backside. He lurks by the elbow. He lurks by screens. Nobody catches him. And as soon as they jump out of heaven, it's like he's there with his arms wide open, waiting to receive them. And they just go right into his kill zone, his killjoy, bringing out a huge advantage now. And okay, I thought for a second there he was going to buy that Bucky. And we would have been very excited to see that, wouldn't we, Ravi?
Oh man, you know we're a bunch of big Bucky boys here, K-Tad. We're big fans of that. But unfortunately, right now, there's nothing coming out from this side as it's only moved away. And since up so over through Big Garage. But I crowd peeking into there is a lot of the Astra stars already set up there too. But as they're moving out the side, pretty much dry peeking in. Body moves out onto heaven. They spawn out three.
Oh.
Peeking the Astra's there. How's she able to get there? We go, Violent. One gets out two. Has to go to reload. Caught in the middle. No, and eventually Violent will die. But all the Seahawks can run over the exact what we saw last time.
That was a swarm and a half if I've ever heard of it and I've ever seen it. They just completely rushed in. The Viper utility, the Astra utility, it all played to their favor. They were not able to close out on a single kill. And during that attack, yes, somebody dies at the very end. I believe it was Bylan that dies off of that push. But I mean, when you're considering it, he stalled them out so much that this is what we're talking about. Good neighbors, great on the defense. I just want to see how big can they run up this lead. How many rounds can they get on defense? Because when this flips around, it feels like they're gonna have a hard time coming out.
Now imagine we'll see the same sort of 3-0 setup too, but right now with the Seahawks having full ARs and buys on there, and I imagine we'll see the same similar play we've seen before. And if they cannot get it up onto having using their flash setups, right, it would really all depend on them moving through Iverson all through A, and there's a snake bite coming out to immediately force them back here. There's so much control coming out of the good neighbors. Already peek out with one shots put out. Oh yeah, it's winning spots ahead of one. The ADS is in, but cannot find him. Oh.
Yeah, the dash out was critical there because he was about to get pinched up in the vents round. And honestly, this is wild. Okay, there we go. The double smokes come through, but they walk right into, yeah, he's got the vents controlled. He's looking for another, gets 3. He's gonna back up. 6 bullets in the sheriff. He knows he's got 1 man left to fight. Switches his gun out, finds another. There's the 4K. And this could be the ace. Yeah, Baron is on site and he is chilling for a second. He doesn't have spike. He can't do much. He might just save this Vandal, but the neighbors, they've got it locked down up in the vents.
Come on, man. Just give him the ace. He deserves it. Sure, you'll have to go on to save the next round, but are you just going to chill here for 15 seconds? I don't think so. That would be, that'd be so boring. Like, challenge them. Make them more scared, but they're all shutting up by Vance. They continue to watch the spike. Neighbors finally playing a lot safer, learning from their mistakes and thinking and showing them, hey, maybe we don't have to peek this all the time because we might just die.
Ravi, to me, you know, I've just realized this, that have you ever seen that Kermit the Frog meme where there's like Kermit and then Kermit with the dark hood on?
Yes.
Yeah. You know, the evil Kermit that's, you know, that whispers in your ear like, do it. Go in there. Get the kills. Go for it. Do it. Yes. Like that to me, that's what that whole spiel just sounded like. You are just the bad influencing friend on the poor little Viper, where all he's trying to do is save his one little gun for next round. As we'll have to see what happens of that, because now if Baron dies with this Vandal, maybe he should have just went in.
All results remain to be seen until proven. It's case that I would say I do resent that statement. I think I'm innocent until proven guilty. I'm a nice guy, you know. They call the good dude, but many different people. Of course, humble as always.
Yes.
So I was able to drop down one, and those already look at man advantage for themselves. As Oya comes at the back, he actually has a really nice flank. Smoke drops too. They don't even necessarily need this. Coretta goes down. One after they just keep on falling onto the site. There's literally the same 4-0 set that we've seen before, but the Vandal will be able to help them out at least. Make that a 4v2 between these two teams. JK10. And Spike is gone. And is he going to save the Vandal again? Is he going to be able to?
Right there.
I don't know. Do you need to whisper into his ears there, Ravi? You need to whisper sweet nothings into him? Just to tell him. Yeah, there it is.
You have no utility, Peak. Kill them all.
30 seconds
You're
left.
ready. Come on.
Remember, kids. When faced against impossible odds, Ravishing Ravish tells you to peek.
You're better than them. You're immortal. They're nothing in front of you. You're Shazam, and they're Silvers. Peak.
10 seconds left.
All right, well, as we see another save come out from the exact same player, Baron just kind of left there wondering, well, what do I do now? There's another round 4-0 going over to the side of Good Neighbors Gaming. They find themselves in a great position now. Once again, economy in their favor. They've got the map advantages. They've got ults almost online. They've got the knives. The Blade Storm is ready. They've almost got some of those big utility ultimates that they're waiting on. And it just feels like they've got momentum in this one. They're trying to just make a statement, it feels like, Ravi, saying, no, game one or that game two was a fluke. Here's what we really are made of.
Now, if you remember here, though, K-Ted, this is where the Seahawks essentially brought it all back. Although not full buys under, and actually full buys they not under at least, right? They made it a 4-1, and where they started to make their penultimate run, they were able to make it I believe it was a 7-2 to it was 7-5 half by the end of it. Brought it back into the pistols as well, and making it a very close back and forth game. But if the good neighbors be able to rack up more and more of these points, perhaps even making it 12-0 or 12-0 half, if they keep running over rush like this, then it might be all but over, and they'll get the win that they deserve. But rotations come out, moving through sewers over there.
Yeah, so far, again, push forward, pull back, push forward again, and just kind of relax and wait for the defense to push out. Now remember, now turret is gone, the utility is gone. Here comes the Rolling Thunder as they're gonna push right out onto site, but Supa in heaven once again holds them back. They force the Killjoy out as the Viper wall is there. It
30
has
seconds
smoked
left.
off heaven, but that Jet could be ready to jump down. Yeah, in the smoke, ready to look for all of them. Sees one, finds it. They know he's in the corner, but will get dropped now. Slimebot will drop out the elastic, but with all the attackers on site already, could be a weird spot. Instead, he gets picked off on the push. The plant is going down. CJ gets one, gets two. Oh,
Tries to go for the disrespect knife look at the end. And that actually all went wrong. It was a really good look. They were able to get it onto the site. But because Coretta had the spike and used the running back to create space, when the running back ran out of time, he too all the way back to spawn. Until then, that gave the good neighbors more than enough time. They were able to move into the spawn. They couldn't even get the spike down. So an unfortunate happenstance, one that should not have happened actually. And now the neighbors in even better look, forcing rush onto another save. Looking at a possible 6-0 so far.
yeah, they don't have any of the guns, any of the utility that they'd probably like to use. And honestly, I want to point out credit to the Viper on the side of good neighbors. That one way and the way that he's setting up makes it nigh impossible. Yeah, Soha with that one way makes it near impossible for them to swing out. But just as I say it, the caster curse has been given. He gets dropped in the spray, and now this opens up a B heaven. They can push through. They're looking for it. Kono gets that sink, but here it comes. There's still a Killjoy there. A lot of chaos coming across as Coretta tries to dash out. He's the only one left, but he is going to get sprayed down. It's from the flank again in vents.
They're literally just slapping them with the wallets this time. We were talking about how they live in a very affluent neighborhood in a gated community, and they're keeping them out here, Keita. It consistently because with the better guns, utilities, one after another. Though right now you see Good Neighbors is chilling. All these guys don't have so much money on their end. Biden's almost full. He doesn't need anything. He could literally just put out a line of shorties across the board, all the way from their spawn all the way to the other spawn, and it would not matter. He would still have enough money to buy full buy, in fact, next round. But now, Ronda, that being Rush has to respond this round as a look yet again through mid. And we're running back the exact same push.
That same push. I mean, they actually don't seem to care at all about this one way. You're gonna get concussed up. There goes the elastic to push them out. Slimebot will find that kill. J-Snack has nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. He's gonna get dropped. And just like that, once again, good neighbors. Numbers advantage.
Spike.
Oh, Soa though. He will get dropped. Slimebot has to hold this angle. He has to hold until reinforcements arrive because they're trying to push him off of it. There goes Kono. He got that one. But yeah, again, on the flank. This has happened enough times. They've got to know it's coming. Okay, they're going to back away instead. They don't want to challenge him. So for now, they're just going to walk away through sewers. Or are they?
They're faking it. They're waiting for it. They're looking for it. And yep. That'll actually call away for all the rotations as they move over to be a good fake. As all already down though. Astra
30 seconds
still looking
left.
at the back to see the posse come down onto heaven. The posse respond to because you see, yeah, there's the concuss. I had to call for rotations, the wall coming down too. Yeah, good call by Valor to stay around. And they stop them from planning any further or for as long as they can. A spike will be dropped with just 10 seconds left to go. The rotation comes in, gets down 2 and cleans up on site.
Super with the pushback on that one. Deadly. That spike almost went down too, but he just swings it and gets all 3 of the attackers. Uh-oh, this is looking like a barrel of trouble. As now, once again, the side of Rush, they are able to buy some guns. Not great, some guns.
Time
Light
for a
shields, you're
field
seeing a
test.
Bulldog coming out. Coretta still just waiting out for it. They've got ult economy. This, if there is a round to do it, this would be the one. So we'll have to see what they come out with. They push out hard and heavy onto A site, trying to burn out whatever utility might be there. Here comes the breach ultimate. Rolling Thunder clears out sight once again, but they've got held, and Super
The
keeps them in the.
toaster,
Oh,
Be
you
faster.
called it, Robbie.
One
It was
enemy remaining.
used.
Spike down.
Immediately to
A.
get down to the start, and they're just stuffed in one after another. Hit Kate's head. Coretta taken down and almost technically flawless, but like it looked clean. So it should have been at this point. 8-0, the neighbors are running over the Seahawks.
Yeah, that one. I personally didn't think we'd get to see a toaster oven this series, but we were proven wrong, Ravi. You talked about it at the beginning of the day, and there it was. There is the play. They're not able to clear out the Astra, the Astra utility, and they missed the swarm grenade, and it just ends up being a disaster for them. Rush struggling to find even a single opening, a single round where they can get in there, and they burned a lot that round too. They burned the Rolling Thunder. They burned, all of their guns, their money. It's gone. They've got sheriffs in the bank, and they can't go yeehaw.
No, it's a tragedy. Imagine being able to have a sheriff and you can't quick draw like McCree, turn this game into Overwatch. Okay, Tab, but at least as of now, those linebackers have been holding down and having so consistently that Rush has not had a chance at all to move in. They keep doing the same thing over and over again, and with the consistent pushes back and forth, it just somehow not been able to find a way to respond. Einstein defines the definition of insanity and run the same thing over and over again without expecting a response. But hey, maybe that's might be us not so insane. Coretta peeks in and gets all his health back, 2 pieces inside, and is actually able to get him. Slime much no he's pushing, but they don't get the third at least, but that's heaven cleared out. There's actually really big picks, so it's coming really huge. Mario cleared up yet again because he got both those kills. This allows the free entry on the B site. Oh, a really nice shot from Baron too.
One enemy remaining.
Baron could open up A site. It's just up to Bylan now. This could be them getting on the board. They're gonna run to A. They know that they've cleared it. The Killjoy utility is gone. The Astra is the last one standing. They just need to get this plant down.
10
They've got
seconds left.
time, and it looks like they will plant. The question is,
Spike
what can
planted.
Bylan find? If he can find at least 1 or 2 of these guns, it still makes it pretty pricey of a win for the side of Rush. But with the state that Bylan has, he's got a lot of economy, but he's got a lot of utility as well. It's just a matter of how he wants to use it. Oh, is he gonna ult for this? No way. No way. He ulted.
Committing a
Oh, he
lot
committed
right
for it.
now.
Oh.
Yep,
fair.
but that's the main angle. You have to be able to clear and move through. There's always someone down by that cubby, and Baron sees him, immediately takes him out. So unfortunate there. A lot of commitment for what I believe was personally necessary, but still now Rush able to get one out of the board. This could be exactly what they need to be able to at least run it back here and make it a bit more of an even half. At least just a 9-3 would be more than appropriate for themselves, which is exact almost same sort of scoreline we saw a couple of rounds ago between two of these teams, that being, I believe, between them and the puppies, right? But
Yeah.
if we look at it now, okay, Ted, if they go for the same mid push again, they know they're gonna get caught out. So at least they're playing a lot more split, a bit more of a neutral setup for themselves. Yet again, we see both the Breach and the Viper holding it down on to have it. If they're able to catch down Kono season at Spike down again.
Spike going across. They still really haven't gotten too many plants down after all of this. Yeah, swings out, sees one by Sushi. We'll just pull back around as the market is there. The Scuttle Shack, as it might be called over there if you're looking at it. So far, they're going to just pull back. They're trying to push onto B, but Coretta in a bad spot, running out of bullets, running out of ammo, running out of help, actually. Sees one, not able to get the kill. Will try to get some help from his Viper. As now there goes the Phoenix Wall. It's gonna come up. Yeah, is on the side, but Supa cleans them up on the flank, and it's another huge hold from the defense. 9-1 on board.
And this is what happens when you don't clear out Haven. Heaven, sorry. When you're trying to move it onto a set like that, sure, the firewall can be good, but if you're not prepared for all the onslaught that can come in just one after another, you just get sandwiched in. Or should I say hot dog in K-Tad? Because a hot dog is a sandwich. I'm gonna say it now.
All right.
I'm
looking for new co-caster.
I'm gonna just let you
Please.
sit with it.
All right, ladies and gents, if any of you feel like you can cast this game, please let me know. We are no longer having Ravish on the desk for saying such a controversial statement.
Wow.
But I agree. They got sandwiched in. That is true. That just the referencing of it. No. Sandwich. Sandwich is the correct term. We are not using hot dog. But as we look at it here, I mean, just in general, would you say a hot dog is better than a hamburger, though, Ravish?
Here.
I would not. I much prefer hamburgers, mainly because I make my own chili paste at home, K-Ted, so I can put my chili paste on my hamburger and taste even better. Chili paste on a hot dog is weird.
Ah, so you are a man who likes hamburgers over hot dogs. Good to know, Ravi. As
Are you 5, bro? Slowly moving this out of the side, K-Ted. Take out over.
well, you see what happened there was while we were talking about hot dogs and hamburgers, Rush tried to rush onto B site, and they were effectively stopped. Is the term, as we see only the breach left. Fitz is the man with the spike and the phantom. Oh, he might actually find the peak here. Oh, and never mind, he is gone. He at least tried to swing, Ravi. He was ready for that, you know. I think, are you proud of him? He looked for it.
It's you know what? I did enjoy at least that he put his heart and soul out there, right? I am nothing but appreciative of people who have the gusto, the moxie, the chutzpah, the schmeckle, even to dry peek onto a site knowing they might potentially die. Right now, those are all Jewish words. If you do not know what they mean in Hebrew, don't worry, I don't either. So we're on the same page. As we look at making it 11-1. Happy this dude so hard. No, he missed.
Oh, he could get punished. He got punished. Yeah, that's a huge punish. He ulted for that too, just to try and save himself some space. There goes the neural theft. If you're gonna make a run for it, why not the last round and a half? Koretta's gonna try to push up. Killjoy ult is down, but it doesn't cover the whole site. So that means they can go up, they can get in there, and that's exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna plant the spike now here at default. The Killjoy ultimate is not successful in dissuading them from getting this plant down. And 5v4, all right, now's the time to make it work, to make it stick. There's the rest of the defenders now. They've got to push up. Yaz about to walk into the flank, but no, Baron! The timing is terrible, and that means they swing out. Slimebot gets Fitz with the elastic. Supa's trying to swing out around. He's going to just fly down onto him. They get one, they get two, they get all of them. That was their best chance to get onto site, and they still fall down at the end from Rush.
And Rush now at this point, K-Tag going into the next. They literally have no choice but to win these next two pistols. They have to. If they don't, it is all over. Everything will be gone. Fighting for survival right now is Rush, and it just comes down to this. Because if they win this, they'd at least have the econ going into the next. We'll be able to buy Spectres and respond to the aggression from these good neighbors, which are being very hostile in spite of their names, your kids have. But nevertheless, I must digress and say, Rush, I'm gonna need to see y'all step up. Y'all gotta go a bit more aggressive, catch them off guard if you can. Let's see it happen. Let's see a closer half.
Yeah, so with the double controller and the Cypher play coming out from the side of Rush, who knows, maybe they'll have a better defense. They didn't really have too many flashes or ways to push the defenders off points previously. So now we'll see how well they handle themselves here. Cypher on B alone is going to try to hold the site by himself, dashes forward, as instead they know he's there, gets one. J-Snack finds that one, Killjoy is there, Supa gets two in return though, and that means it is a 3-on-2. Could be disaster for Rush here, the must-win pistol, like you're talking about, Ravi Baron. Just snake bites down into the pit. is now gonna look to just kind of clear out systematically. But oh, the Killjoy or the Jet is there. Yeah,
Oh.
finds it, and Soha gets that. And match point is here.
Okay, Ted,
Match
I'm not
point.
one to call things early, but this is tough. This is possibly the toughest situation that Rush has been the entire day. They're down in econ. They're down in the ability to use the utility. They have almost no shields. And it's so much so that my man CG bought a Bucky. Now, as happy as I am about this, they're gonna have to put their everything into this round. Their everything into this round up against the onslaught of specters that are present on the side of the good neighbors. The smokes go up all the way down through vents. They clear out and look through heaven. They don't spot anybody as of yet, but they're looking towards the A side yet again. But they will be faced with an omen right beside them, along with the Bucky at the side. So a nice little crossfire setup. They don't see this yet, but they might get Pincer. Peeks in, he sees one.
Very tight. Very nervous. You can feel the nerves on these players right now. As here comes the hit. They're gonna just dash right in onto heaven. They're gonna flash out each other. Everybody's blind, but it doesn't matter as they find all the kills. It's just a Cypher left. J-Snack finds two. He needed those, but it's not enough. And
Attackers
that
win.
is game, set, match. Going over to Good Neighbors Gaming as they close out our series, and they are our winners for this tournament. Roland Heights represent, because your team just took it all.
Good neighbors gaming, man. Taking it all at the end in a dominant final game, 13-1 by the end of it. Split was really their map, and I believe I said at the beginning as well, K-Tan, if you are not ready for what's about to come out on Split, if you don't have any set plays, if you're not able to handle the pushes, especially on the attack at the beginning, it was going to be very, very tough. And Rush opting into that too. Got faced with the bull and they got tossed with the horns. But
Yep.
GG's to them, a well fought battle.
Well fought indeed. I mean, they gave us such a great game, in that map 2, of our grand finals, because of the winners bracket advantage that was awarded to the side of Good Neighbors Gaming. But overall, at the end of the day, the Seahawks Rush not able to even make a dent in the armor from the Good Neighbors. I mean, that gate looking pretty strong. That fence is something to behold, but that will do it for our night here. And ladies and gents, thank you so much for being a part of us. Thank you or part of this broadcast and watching everything going on as we are about to close out the night. But before we do, there is a couple of very important people that we want to say thank you to, as obviously this does not happen by ourselves. This does not happen in a vacuum. There are people that allow this to go forward, that are very integral into bringing you an event like this. So really quickly, let's just go through it as terms of the principals of the high school. So let's start off with the principal of Roland High School. Congratulations to you, and that is Mitchell Brunier, the principal from Roland. You are going to be taking home the trophy, the Steel Series package, and that $500 of computer supplies that they get to it. But outside of that as well, a special thank you to Redondo Union High School's principal, Jens Brett. And as well as we are giving out some special thank yous to some of the coaches and teachers in Michael Le, who is also a math teacher at Roland High, who is also the esports coach. So congratulations, coach. You have a victorious team and a victorious program. But also, last but certainly not least, a thank you to Dr. Garcia and everyone from the Downey Unified District that makes this possible, as those are our special thank yous. But also me, and personally from the broadcast team, we want to give also a few other thank yous to Alan from Carrot, one of the mans who makes all of this possible, as well as Todd and Sean from High School GG, one of the organizations that puts this together. They're the ones that, really helps us go through all the day-to-day. So you definitely want to give a thank you to them. And of course, for some of our sponsors, the Downey Unified School District, the Columbia Memorial Space Center, the City of STEM events, as we talked about before. Remember, https://cityofstem.org. Had to get it in. What do you know? And of course, last but not least, SteelSeries for being one of the gear sponsors for this list. I believe I am losing my co-caster with that one. But Ravi, before you walk off into the sunset, any last words you'd like to give the stream?
No, man, this was absolutely fantastic. I appreciate y'all having me on, and GG's to both these teams. It's a very, very fun games. I can't believe you said HTTPS again, K-Tad. I will see you in court. I'm done with you, but of course, thank you all for having me on. This is a pleasure and honor. Great job.
Yeah, and for those of you, well, with that said, Ravi, thank you very much for joining me, as well as a special shout out to the guys behind the scene who are quite literally behind the scenes, behind me, as to speak, which is Coltoon 2000, as well as Chris Cool Scoots for handling both the production and the observing side of things. But with that said, ladies and gents, like all good things, this too must come to an end. We thank you for joining us in this wonderful Sunday afternoon. It was a pleasure casting this. It was a pleasure bringing you guys this tournament. We will unfortunately close it here. You guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Stay tuned, by the way, as I believe there's some Rocket League coming up for the middle school level. So you definitely want to catch that. But with that said, that will close us out. GG and good night, everyone. Have a wonderful Sunday.
At SteelSeries, we make gaming gear so you can be anything you want, except one thing: ordinary. So why pick on someone your own size? Fight the biggest bad guy you can find. Why score a regular goal? Do something that makes your opponent lose their mind. Why build a boring little house? Create something nobody's seen before. Now that's beautiful. Why waste your ammo on this guy? He's so good at games he just nades himself to death. And why settle for just one trophy? Send us a DM when you win 10. That's the mentality we love at SteelSeries. And that's why we make the gaming gear you need to destroy ordinary. So get in game and go for glory.
We are here at the Columbia Memorial Space Center. Well, the families of the Columbia crew told me the night of the accident that we must carry on their legacy and honor them. And that's exactly what we're doing here at the Columbia Memorial Space Center. We're honoring the legacy of those that have fallen by helping inspire the next generation of explorers through STEAM education, science, technology, engineering, the arts, and mathematics. And having kids coming off the street, having kids being able to do missions, having kids being able to touch space in this environment and be inspired to carry on that legacy of those that have fallen. A site like this will help, those kids and get inspired and know that they can continue to carry themselves on to Mars or to the moon or flying on the Orion capsule one day to an asteroid maybe that can help us, mine an asteroid for minerals and, bring back the benefits of space travel to the planet. So this is the springboard for curiosity and innovation and inspiration right here in Downey, California.
At SteelSeries, we make gaming gear so you